Hello, everyone, and welcome to another exciting live episode of Hack the Movies. I'm Tony from Hack the Movies, and today we're talking about Nosferatu, which some people call Nosferatu or Napsferatu, but other people are saying Yasferatu. Where will we land? Let's find out. Today I'm joined by everyone's favorite oh, fuck, it's Johanna. Hi, Johanna.
Why didn't you just start the episode? Why'd you have to do the countdown? It's always an issue. You're never prepared.
I needed the countdown.
Put my wife in here.
Johanna's here,
put my wife in.
I'm sure now we're going to be joined by everyone's favorite Manny Mus. Oh, come on! Come on!
I wish I was Manny Musgrove, to be honest. I wouldn't have hated that.
I thought it was a Mint Manny episode. I really wanted the Mint Manny episode.
Please tell me you're going to eventually do that.
Oh, if the stars align. Definitely.
The stars align.
I will pay money for that. I will absolutely pay money.
All right, Nosferatu, Robert Eggers, Nosferatu, and I had to change the title of all the streams because I put the apostrophe in the wrong space in his name. Apostrophes are really screwing me up. I screwed up Boys Month, so it made it seem like it was just one Boys Month. I gotta get on my.
You have to learn to spell as well because urban legend. He can't spell that
spoiler,
right.
The urban legend episode that comes out in like a month or two, I put Ubron legend on the sign. And I didn't notice until like 40 minutes after Crystal left. Yes, we're talking about Robert Eggers' new film. But first, we got to talk about Riley being free.
I should have worn my shirt.
We celebrated a little too early last time.
Riley shirt.
We celebrated a little too early last time. For those of you who don't know, someone was trying to put Riley in jail for being a cool, funny guy. And the state of Texas thought that it was illegal to be a really cool, funny guy. But it turns out it is legal to be a cool, funny guy that makes everyone laugh.
I'm still very confused about this entire thing.
Well, there's other people. Frog Tony has a whole channel. He talks about it. But all I want to say is that Riley proved that you can indeed mess with Texas. It is a possibility.
Oh, I hate that.
That was a bomb tweet I did the other day. I'm like, yeah, I'm saving that for the show.
Oh, a tweet?
Yes, an X post. Sorry, an
tweet.
X post.
Wow, nice catch, Johanna.
But yeah, I know a lot of you people in the chat right now. I know you always ask the same question: when will Tony come to my town? I want to see Tony in my town. Well, I have good news. And if you're in LA, this is really good news. Next month, I will be in your city. I hope. I will be in your city. You can see me. And guys, you might be wondering, where am I going to stay? Vito offered me a spot on his floor at his house. I'll be staying with Vito Giswaldi in LA. That's not actually his house.
Oh, I was gonna be like, oh my god!
I saw that too.
Why would you care? You were very mean to him on the Christmas tree.
I just want to know if he wanted to cry. Like, I wanted to be there for it. You know what I mean? Everybody else makes fun of him, so I'm like, are you gonna cry?
It was funny. You were trying to be mean, but you were a little too drunk to pull it off. Like,
I was so drunk.
It was so sloppy. I'm like, Johanna, you gotta stop. You gotta stop.
And you kept kicking me out, asshole.
I had to. You were not doing it. You were not being mean gracefully. You were just being very mean.
No, I'll have to be.
Yeah, so I'll be out there in LA next month. I think the 6th to the 9th. I'll find time. Maybe I'll do a meetup somewhere.
Johanna and I weren't invited. FYI.
I booked this trip before all this happened. My bad.
Mm-hmm. You still booked it and didn't invite us. Like, that's the problem.
It's because I can't pay for your tickets because I don't make enough money on Patreon. Crystal, I'm glad you brought up Patreon. Please consider joining the Patreon. Patreon sent me a thing today saying, hey, you haven't changed your tier prices in 85 weeks. Will you up the price for your tiers? And I said no. I said, I'm going to be the Arizona green tea guy. The lowest tier.
You're not Ian.
Will always what? No, I mean the guy.
Ian wears those pants all the time. No, fuck off.
I'm not going to change the price, even though it will help me financially. I'm not going to change the price, and I hope my nobility will help you consider pledging. But if you don't want to pledge, the good news is our commentary tracks are available for individual purchase. And I just put all the 2024 commentary tracks up on Patreon. I never did it for Bandcamp. Johanna, you have to send me the settings for Bandcamp because I keep forgetting what they are.
Dude, I don't know how that thing works. Just
all right. Well, never mind. Go to Patreon. You can buy it on Patreon without becoming.
We'll talk later, but like it's a thing.
Yes, the 2024 commentary tracks. You can buy the album without having to pledge. There's a lot of good tracks there. We did some good movies last year. And by the time this episode hits the podcast feeds, I think Monday's episode, what is the worst live action direct-to-video Scooby-Doo movie, will be up. Oh yeah, there's 3 of them.
I only knew.
They're all prequels. They're all prequels. Yep, Mike and Brian are coming back, the ones who always do Scooby-Doo with me, so that'll be fun. And there will be another episode later in the week for Demon Night, because it's the 30th anniversary of Demon Night. It's going to be a good time. Guys.
Go Demon Night.
Robert Eggers. What a director. What a director. I like this guy. Some lady made me watch The Witch in 2016. I think I missed its initial airing.
Made you? I'm confused.
It was a lady I was trying to court. Spoiler, it didn't work out. But it was good. It didn't work out. But she showed me The Witch, and it was a movie I heard was good, but I never went and saw it until she put it on, and I fell in love with that movie.
I saw it twice in theaters.
Good for you.
I think we were on agreement. We really like The Witch.
Yeah.
I really like. So his next 2 movies I loved, and I've only seen each of them once. I really like The White House. I do like The White House. No, The Lighthouse. I really, really like The Lighthouse.
I feel like a lot. It's very hit or miss with some people's. Like I talk about it, and I'm like, yeah, I love all his movies. And they're like, oh, you like The Lighthouse? It was so fucking weird. And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, I know. I kind of like that. I kind of like that.
I've never seen it.
Oh, it's good. It's good. It's not as rewatchable. There's something about The Witch that makes it very, very rewatchable. But then his next film was The Northman, which I covered which I covered with Frank on this channel, and that was one of the movies that made me go, "Oh yeah, I have to reconsider how I review new movies because that did very, very poorly." And so did the movie. The movie did not do well financially. It was the best movie I saw that year. It was freaking awesome.
Everyone that watched it said it was absolutely phenomenal, which is so interesting. Everyone was raving about it that saw it, but that's it.
Him and Ari Aster had like the same thing where they did 2 movies that everyone loved. And then their third movie, they were like, do whatever the hell you want. Ari Aster did that Beau is Afraid with Joaquin Phoenix, which was one of the greatest things I've ever seen.
You love that.
So good.
I love that movie. And then Robert Eggers is like, I'm going to do Hamlet, but with like Vikings and magic. And they went, sure, go ahead. And
I just still crack up because it's Eric Northman from True Blood, and it's called The Northman.
A different Skarsgård.
He's so fine. He's so fine.
And he's great in that movie. That movie is really, really great. And then I think I want to say like 2018, 2017, they announced he was doing Nosferatu, a remake of Nosferatu, which I was excited for. So this movie's released by Focus Features, which is owned by Universal. I don't know what's going on at Universal, but they're just really into making Dracula movies. First, there was Renfield, which stars Nicholas Hoult. Then Abigail, which Dracula, but they never really name him, shows up at the very end. And then The Last Voyage of the Demeter. Did you guys end up checking this one out?
No. Did you like it?
Well, I did a whole review on Movie Dumpster for it.
Well, I know that. That didn't answer my question.
I liked most of it. It fumbled at the very end. It totally.
Dracula boat.
Yeah, Dracula boat. It totally.
Is that really what it is?
Yeah,
it's like just, it's mean
the part in the Dracula story where he's eating the people on the Demeter. They made a whole movie out of it, and that's fine. That's a good idea. Except the ending of the movie isn't the ending of the book. They try to sequel bait it into its own franchise, and they ruin it. Also, they put out a featurette on how cool their makeup effects were, and me and Joe, we talk about in the episode. We counted in the theaters how many times Dracula was in CGI. And it was maybe 4 times for less than a second each. I'm like, what the fuck was the point of that video? The CGI's fine, It's the fact that they lied about it and then put it out there. I'm like, what was the point of this? I don't understand.
Because everyone loves practical makeup and practical effects, but yeah, do they do it? Nope.
No. Or they do it and they cover it up. But yes, Nosferatu, this is the original is made by F.W. Murnau. It is a German expressionist film. He basically did the whole, hey, can I borrow your homework and change it a little bit? What the funny thing is, he never actually, like, it says in the credits it's adapted from Bram Stoker's Dracula. He just never actually paid to do it, I think.
No, he just did it. He did it, and he admitted it, too. He admitted that it was basically Dracula, and he did it to honor, because he loved Dracula. Didn't honor it, but...
Stoker's widow was not happy about it. She wanted the Germans to confiscate it and destroy it. It survived. It's gone through multiple restorations.
Yeah, because I believe it was because of one film. Was it that was left because they destroyed?
There were a few copies around, but they ended up finding it to be like, okay.
There is now I think there's more like a more complete cut. The one that's on Amazon goes into it in the beginning, describing how they stitched it together from multiple cuts. But yeah, so it is basically the story of Dracula, except Harker is now Hutter.
Also, this is the reason why vampires actually can't be in sunlight now.
Yes, I was getting to that. Thank you for jumping ahead.
You're welcome. I didn't know how much you were going to go into this.
I'm going into this one. Mina is now Ellen. Renfield, he merged the character of Renfield with Harker's boss and changed his name to Knock. And they actually explain why Renfield is working with Dracula. Because in the book, it's like Renfield's crazy and he knows who Dracula is. It's like, how does he know who Dracula is? So a lot of times these movies, they have to say that Renfield went first and came back crazy. But this one, it's like, oh, the Count wrote him a letter full of occult stuff, and it made him crazy. And I'm like, oh, that's funny. They're pen pals. I didn't know that. That's how he possessed Renfield. The doctor, Dr. Seward, who I usually say C-word, and Ren on the Shave made fun of me for it, is Dr. Sievers now. Van Helsing is Dr. Hold on, I have it here. Bulwer. And I want to mention his name because in the remake we're about to review, he's the only name they change from the original. And then Lucy and her husband are now brother and sister in this version, which is interesting because the new movie makes them a married couple again. And it basically follows the plot of Dracula a little bit. You know, the guy goes out there, meets the Count. The Count plans to move, although this time he's moving to Germany, not London. He finds out that he's a vampire. He gets on a boat, kills a bunch of people.
It's almost like directly. Almost.
Until he hits landfall. And then like this Count, and to his credit, this Count can't really blend in with the locals. This Count doesn't go around swabbing people. He doesn't like try to make friends with anyone. He's just there to kill and spread the plague. That's a big thing. This one brings the plague with him. And then he finds a nice lady and he forgets about the whole daytime thing and he dies.
Oops.
Which is not the ending. F.W. Murnau, he was like, instead of the men killing Dracula, how about a woman undoes him? And if I was there in Germany in the 1920s, I'd be screaming woke at him. Which actually, I'm upset. Guys, I'm upset. So my favorite character from Dracula, you know, the guy who kills Dracula, the American Quincy, always gets cut out of this. I found out the very first stage play of Dracula, they put Quincy in it, but they made him a woman. So if you were planning on seeing Dracula in 1924, I want you all to know that it's woke. Do not see. If you find yourself in 1924, one, how did you get there? That's impressive. Two, do not see Dracula on the stage play. You will see a female Quincy and it'll ruin it. I just don't know why Quincy gets cut out of like every single version other than like there's one where they include him and they make him British and only the Francis Ford Coppola one does him right. And then they rob him of his victory because they're like, psych, Winona Ryder killed him. Anyway, Nosferatu is like very, very famous. A hugely inspirational horror film, inspired so many people. It inspired Werner Herzog, who then remade it in the 70s. And it was awesome. I
had no idea that existed.
Oh, it is on every free streaming service right now. The
am now
70s
aware.
Nosferatu, I probably watch it like 2 or 3 times a month. I go to sleep to the soundtrack. It is amazing. He's Count by the way, so I reviewed this with Lena on her channel. In Europe, the Dracula didn't go into public domain yet. So they waited till the year it went into public domain. Then they made this and they're like, fuck it, we're using the name Dracula. We're using all the names. This is a very, very good remake. How will it compare next to the new one? I'll talk about that at the end. And then, of course, he eventually ended up in SpongeBob SquarePants.
Nosferatu.
No.
By the way, I love...
Slinging.
Why is it like every female reporter had to bring up SpongeBob during the press for this? Did you see that?
Because it's why, like, he's like
I know,
a thing.
But
like,
I love they're asking Robert Eggers, like, yeah, no SpongeBob, and he's like, yeah, I know SpongeBob. But he had a good answer. He's like, when I was a kid, I watched Muppet Babies, and it showed clips from real movies. So I'm glad you could tell he didn't really want to talk about it, but at least gave him something. I did love Bill Skarsgård laughing about it, and Willem Dafoe not having any idea what he was talking about.
That's amazing.
Willem Dafoe's like, SpongeBob? And he's like, yeah, I researched SpongeBob. Willem Dafoe's like, I missed this. What is this? Willem Dafoe, who's no stranger to Nosferatu, he was in Shadow the Vampire, which I didn't have a chance to rewatch. Casey watched it recently, and she said it wasn't that good. I remember liking it.
I don't remember really.
Yeah, so I really want to go back and revisit that one. Also, someone sent me a TikTok of this, a good friend of mine. I didn't know this was real. I had to research this. My favorite song of all time, Total Eclipse of the Heart, was originally written for a Nosferatu musical. That's what it was originally written for. And the lyrics are about vampires falling in love.
No fucking way.
I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
No fucking way.
No. They sent me that. I'm like, thank you for citing this. I'm including it in my slideshow.
Can you click on, like, I want to see what number 19's at, like, what that reference is, please. Like,
apparently this is the writer. He developed it. It eventually was included in some play, Dance of the Vampires, which I don't think it did well. But the original thing he included with it just didn't get made or whatever. Somehow it ended up with Bonnie Tyler, and she ended up making the song. And on occasion, you will see a drunk Tony at karaoke night screaming his lungs out.
You should post it on Patreon.
What, me singing?
yes.
There's multiple videos of me singing that. I will find one. I will say, for the Blues Brothers episode coming up in like a month or two, me and Joey C did sing Soul Man at karaoke night, and I will be posting that on socials. We went as the Blues Brothers. It was a fun night. And all of this is fun backstory. But before we get into the main movie, what's the name of the game, guys?
That's Joey C. He's not here, so you.
Super Chats. The name of the game is Super Chats. If you would like us to say something or answer a question within reason, please leave us a super chat or some bits on Twitch, or I think they're called Rumble Rants. I got my first 2 ever Rumble Rants on the Hebrew Hammer episode. I was so excited.
Rumble.
So yeah, send those in and we will read them toward the end. Now, Nosferatu. Robert Eggers.
Did I mention I saw it before?
Yeah, I forgot to include that in the slide. Here, let me full screen you.
I didn't get a poster.
Let me full screen you.
Ian, are you in the chat?
Wait, Crystal, where did you get this?
I went to a pre-screening. I went to a screening before Nosferatu. See all this cool stuff? There's Megan. So I went. I'm extraordinarily grateful. A new friend of mine, Andrea St. Albin, who is absolutely phenomenal. He's one of the sweetest people I've ever met. Why am I still in the center?
Sorry, I thought you wanted to be in the center.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize.
You were saying like a really nice thing about a guy.
I really am. I am definitely saying something nice, but then that just caught me really off guard because I was like, oh, wow, all the attention.
All right, continue talking.
Asshole.
I'm trying to get Ian to bring something up.
Okay, continue. Your friend.
So Andre Sad Albin, check his music out. He's absolutely phenomenal. His music's amazing. Nicest person I freaking ever met. Super, super sweet. He has connections and invited me to a pre-screening of this before it even went out. It was before Christmas. It was like 2 weeks before, I want to say, it actually came out. He asked me if I want to go, and I was like, oh, hell yeah, duh. Because he knows I like horror stuff, and got to hang out with him and some of his really cool friends. Got a really cool, and his really cool dad. Got a really cool hat, really cool stuff, really cool.
Was it really cool, Crystal?
It was really cool.
Crystal, was it really cool?
It was like really cool.
I was definitely hating. I was so jealous.
I was so,
Johanna, now
grateful.
Now you know how I felt last year when she went
No
to the
one cares
Twisted
about you.
When she went to the Twisted Metal premiere, and I'm like, do you even know what Twisted Metal is? She's like, no.
Let her live her life.
Damn it.
I am living my life. Okay. Let me do this. I just moved to a new state. I know no one. Okay. Give me this.
Look, let's just get into this wonderful film, okay?
Wait, I want to show my perfume.
Oh, hold on. Let's solo lay out your perfume.
I got the Nosferatu, and look at it. It has this little emblem on it.
Oh, I love that.
It came in like a huge. It's like lilacs and like a musky type like mud or not mud.
Does it
wood
smell? Does it smell like an old Transylvanian guy?
I wish.
All right. So this movie stars Lily Rose Depp as Ellen. And in the beginning of the film, she's sad. I think we learn later it's because her mom died. And she wants some kind of company. And guys, I just deleted the dating apps. I'm going to try this out. Maybe it'll work better. Where I just go, come to me. Anyone, come to me. The spirits in the netherworld, please, just say hi to me. That's literally how it starts. She's just like, hey, anyone out there? I want a friend. I want to be a friend. And then just some fucking dead Transylvania is just like, he gets the call, I guess. And he shows up and he's like, hey, what's up? I'm here. How are you? I couldn't believe that's
so you'd be okay with Nosferatu just showing up. Or Count Orlok. I know. As soon as I said that, I was like, I hate that I said that because they do call him Nosferatu.
Well,
in here.
he is a Nosferatu, which means vampire. But
I know.
His name is Count. Yeah.
Count Orlok. Yes, I know. But no, I think they called him. They said the Don't they say it?
Well, that just means the vampire. They don't want to even call him by his name because he's so unnatural.
Isn't this in the 70s one? Did they actually say Nosferatu? Or
no, he was just Dracula. They just called him Dracula.
They called him Dracula in the 70s one?
Yeah, they didn't. The copyright expired, so they were able to.
Oh shit! I didn't know that. So this is the first time they actually call him Nosferatu in this.
I guess so. Yeah. But so this explains her psychic connection was more of the 70s things where she had like this psychic connection to things. I guess there is a little bit in the original, but it's more like she just feels what her husband's going through. This is a new story element where she called out to mystic forces. She's psychic. She somehow awakened a vampire from his slumber. And because of that, she is now his property and he wants to cross the sea and claim her for himself. That is our setup, and it goes wrong right away. She's like, yay, I have a boyfriend. But then it's like, oh no, he's like a weird disease.
There's
monster.
no hey, I had a boyfriend. It was
She does that a lot. She makes it sound a lot.
Yes.
And
right away kind of sets it up though. I think that alone scene kind of sets it up. So you know that it's going to be more of a story about her.
Yes. Okay.
And not about Jonathan.
Yes. And I like that they're showing that
I'm sorry, not Jonathan. Thomas.
Thomas. Yeah.
Well,
I knew what you meant.
I don't know why I said
usually
Jonathan.
Called Jonathan. That's the problem. But yes, I do like that they just went all in on he's just an asshole. Because the original Dracula in the book is an asshole. He is a very cocky asshole. He is not a tortured lover. That's something they added. The Coppola movie made it very popular, but it existed before, I think, in the Jack Palance one. So there's always this need to make him sympathetic, and there is a little bit of that in the 70s. But no, this one, they're like, no, he's a prick. He's just like the fucking worst. So yeah, we flash forward. She's now married Thomas Hutter. And she also has a cat, Crystal, much like you.
He's literally obsessed with me.
Which is funny because I watched the original today, and she had a cat in the original, and him bringing her the flowers and her talking about, but they're dead. That is in the original where he brings her flowers. She's like, you killed them. And he feels all weird about it, but she does it even worse in this one. She's like, they're just going to die in a couple days.
I have a question for Crystal real quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Were you obsessed with her earrings this entire fucking movie? I could not look away from her earrings.
I actually didn't really realize them until just now, like looking at them.
They're so cute. I ordered a replica pair, by the way.
Of course you did. Why not order the perfume, the earrings? What else did you get? The dresses? Because if you got those, I will borrow those.
I can show you where it's a more modernized dress that you could get of hers, by the way. I can send it to you.
Okay. She tells him, she's like, by the way, I had this dream that we were married and there were dead people there and there was this, and he was just like, what?
And she was so happy.
She's like, okay. And right away, he's just like, are divorces legal in this time?
No, he
period?
loves his wife. You shut up.
Oh my
I do
gosh.
like that there's this known thing. It's like, oh, she just gets a little crazy sometimes, which is funny because what is it in the 70s where she's all like freaking out? Me and Lena kept joking that the doctor's like, oh yeah, brain fever. We got another brain fever. It's like, how common are brain fevers? Oh, your girlfriend's crying a lot. She's probably got a little bit of that brain fever. But yeah, Nicholas Hoult played Beast in X-Man Begins. Remember that? We reviewed
X-Man?
Yeah, we reviewed X-Man Begins, Johanna.
X-Man?
Yeah, X-Man Begins. That was the name of the movie. He was Beast
Oh
Guy.
my
He's
God.
everyone's favorite character. It's funny that he is playing the Harker-ish character because in the Bela Lugosi one, they combine Harker with Renfield, and so he's now played both of those characters. So yeah, it was cool to see him in this again. He does a good job with the character, with what's given to him. His boss is Knock. Again, this version of Renfield, who in the original, he just had a letter from Count Orlok, and he's like, I'm crazy. This one, he's making pentagrams. He's sitting naked. He's like, hey, boss, my dude's going to be there to sign the contract, and it's going to be great, and I'm just eating animals, and you're definitely going to turn me into a vampire, right? Spoiler, it never happens. He arrives in Transylvania. He gets to hang out with the locals. Meanwhile, she moves in with her friend. What's the friend's character's name? Anna. Who's usually Lucy. And Anna is girl Xavier from Deadpool Wolverine. She was the bad guy in Deadpool and Wolverine.
Her long fingies.
With her really long finger.
I didn't realize that was her.
Yes, because it kept bothering me the whole movie. I'm like, who is this chick? And I'm like, oh, it's the Cassandra girl. And she is married to Aaron Taylor Johnson's Frederick Harding, who is Craven the Hunter, which, by the way,
And married to a Nosferatu.
that's really mean. How dare
No,
you?
she's a groomer.
Who is he married to?
Married to a much older lady.
Look it up. She's.
I just think it's funny. I just think it's funny that the last two movies I saw in theaters had Aaron Taylor Johnson in it. Spoiler, I enjoyed this one more than Craven the Hunter.
I think everybody did.
If you want to know more, me and Monica reviewed all the Sony spin-offs last week, so go back and watch that. Crystal, it was great revisiting Morbius. How did this
love Morbius.
How did Nosferatu compare to Morbius?
Oh, I mean, Morbius is the greatest film that ever existed. So
that's not Madam Web.
Again, two movies I didn't want to see once. I've now covered multiple times.
That's insane. I would never want to see Morbius
guys,
ever
you'll
again.
never believe this. They get worse on repeat viewings. But no, I heard people saying Aaron Taylor Johnson wasn't good in this. I thought he was fine.
Everybody was great.
I don't think he was bad. Yeah,
I'm starting to like him more and more. He started off really good. He got real bland around like Godzilla and whatnot. But
he was in Kick-Ass, right? He was
in Kick-Ass, yeah. But he was like in Savages where he was kind of boring. But no, he's good now. Like he was charming as Craven. He just doesn't act like Craven, which is a problem. But yeah, so she lives with them. I do like that there's other vampires in this world. Because Thomas just watches the village hunt a vampire. And
This village is very special. I mean, when he
Yes.
first shows up, they're all, what do they do? They're all dancing and having fun, and then they start, remind me what they do. Don't they start
they're like
laughing at him?
gypsies.
Or?
They're partying.
Yeah.
And like the guy who actually lives there is like, what the hell are you guys doing?
Romani.
But yeah, it's the usual thing where he goes to the village. They warn him about the castle. They tell him not to go there. But he watches them go in the woods. How you find a vampire. If you ever find yourself in need of hunting a vampire, find a virgin girl, put her on a horse, and
Make
just
sure she's
fuck-
super hot.
Make sure she's
super hot and
super
naked.
hot, and just put them in the woods. Put a super hot virgin on a horse. Send him in the woods. You will find that vampire.
Do you know in witchcraft, it's when they ask for a virgin or anything like that, it's actually virgin blood. At least this
Yeah.
is what
Yeah,
right?
girl.
I'm not wrong on that.
Yeah,
Thank you.
girl.
It's virgin blood, not, never been
Blood's
fucked.
never been used in a sacrifice, any type of
Mhm.
spell, yada yada. Yep.
Well,
So way to just assume she's not, never had or like intercourse.
Well, look. As a born again virgin, for the millionth time, I'm born again.
Yeah,
I
you're
really
totally
related to-
doing that by choice.
I related
Yeah.
to her character the most. But I like that they just wake up a vampire and he's like, ah! They're like, ah! Kill him.
It's like, what did he do to you? Like,
Good morning, good night.
Yes.
So I guess we're to believe, we have to fill in the backstory here, that Count Orlok, in the original movie, I was looking into it, the occult stuff implies that a demon made him. Like, he's not like the traditional Dracula who was like a warrior turned vampire. But I guess whatever this version is, Count Orlok was a vampire. He probably, like in traditional Dracula fashion, he probably ate too many people in the town. He probably made some extra vampires, and then he was like, I'm going to go to
Good night.
sleep. I'm going to go to sleep until some sad lady wakes me up. So yeah.
So it's
these-
Mothra.
Pretty
Nah.
much. He's basically Mothra. He just sleeps until someone wakes him up.
So how does he make the vampires?
They never explain it in this.
Yeah.
Right?
Because the original, he doesn't make vampires. He just kills them. The 70s
Yeah.
one, he just bites them and they turn or gives them his blood. But yeah, so they murder a vampire and Thomas wakes up the next day. He's like, what was that? And everyone's gone. I would have just like ran away. I would have came.
Nice.
I would have came home and been like, he
Yeah.
wasn't home. He died.
Isn't that like a sign? Like, why would you keep going?
Who would fact check
Why?
you back in these days, to be honest? Yes, so John
And seeing that, you don't turn away.
yeah, Thomas gets in the carriage. Interestingly, the carriage has no driver, right? It's completely empty.
Yeah, but that scene where he's walking and then the carriage
Yeah.
beautiful.
It was
Yeah.
stunning.
beautiful.
Oh, cinematography is like on point with this.
Oh my god.
Because usually it's tradition, and actually it's funny that, I mean, it is in the book that I think the driver is Dracula, but the first Nosferatu movie was the one that said that the driver of the carriage is the same actor who plays Dracula. That's how it's always been. But yeah, this one, there is no driver. He just gets in the carriage, and which, by the way, I would not have gotten in the carriage. I'd have been like, no? What the fuck? But I guess it's implied that he's in some kind of trance or something.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's definitely like hypnotized or something at this point because he's just kind of like, oh, okay.
Yeah. There is magic about. Or maybe he's like Keanu Reeves. He's just oblivious to everything. But yeah, he goes and he meets the Count Orlok. This shot is from the trailer. It's not actually in the movie. Now, I don't have any pictures of his look. But
Oh,
what
I
do
couldn't-
you
I-
think of his look? Because that's the big thing. He does not look like any of the previous Orlok Nosferatus.
Wood. Raw.
So-
Next question.
Johanna. He literally, you can see the skin falling off his penis.
Uh-huh.
And he's like a horrible person.
Uh-huh.
He's just,
I dated you.
I am, no, I am nowhere near as bad as this. Are you
Matthew is
kidding?
definitely hotter than Tony. Yes.
I am not,
You just don't get the monster fucker. You don't get it. You don't
I don't
get
get-
it.
I don't get this particular one.
You don't get it.
Tony is a monster.
The Joker
but...
2 meme. You just don't get it.
you wouldn't get it. No, that's not Joker 2. That's Joker 1.
Oh, whatever.
Joker 2 is sad.
I still haven't finished it. Anyway, yeah, I love it. Vlad the Impaler. Duh.
Yeah, so Robert Eggers talked about it. People were very curious about the mustache. Dracula did have a mustache in the book, and he talked about, like, if he is from hundreds of years back, if he was able to grow a mustache, he would have it.
It
now,
just throws you off, though. Like, for some reason, it just doesn't mesh or blend. I don't know. It just doesn't, to me, I don't know. Something's off about it. It feels forced.
Now, Johanna, what was more attractive? Skarsgård as Orlok or him as Crow from the Eternals?
Orlok.
Did you know he was Crow from the Eternals? I could have used a picture of him as the Crow from The Crow, but apparently he played the CGI blob in Eternals. And no one knows because no one can remember Eternals. Now, the look of Nosferatu, I get why they changed it. Because recently, we've gotten a lot of this look. Of course, Peter from What We Do in the Shadows, probably my favorite. The Dracula and Demeter at one point looks like the original Count Orlok.
Mm-hmm.
Salem's Lot just came out, even though it was supposed to come out 2 years ago.
Yes.
And every year, me and Crystal we're going to review it, and then they surprise released it. Looks like Count Orlok in the original and the remake. And even Rob Zombie's Monsters had Count Orlok. So, because it's been done so much, I'm actually fine that Eggers went in a completely different look for the creature. And it is going to be jarring if you're expecting him to look a certain way. But we saw this with Dracula, which for years, Dracula just kind of looked like this. And then Coppola went, get some weird lady, and she made that. She designed that. So this for me is like the Coppola version of Nosferatu.
Well, just in general, like, again, think Vlad the Impaler, like, literally, like, where, like, the legend comes from and everything. That's literally what it is.
Yes.
So it doesn't bother me because I'm so used to that, too.
Yes, and also
but does he have hair anywhere else? Maybe that's what bothers me. I'm trying to figure out, like,
no, everything else is, like, rotting.
He's got a mustache and a comb over. The comb over was
I think that's what it is. Like, how do you have a full, beautiful mustache, but, like, nothing else?
Think about the end of the movie, how everything else looks normal, but then you see the other shot and you're like, oh.
Yeah. He's not the first mustached Count. What's his name? David Carradine's dad. Was it Robert Carradine? In House of Dracula, House of Frankenstein had the mustache. Christopher Lee, not in the Hammer horror Draculas, a different Dracula, he rocked the stash. So it's not the first time.
Listen, I think the stash is hot. On the right people. Like, I'm down for stashes, like, but if you got a comb over, you're, deteriorating everywhere else. I don't think that mustache is going to mesh.
I'm going to do that, guys. I'm going to shave all the way to back here, trim the beard, and grow out my mustache doesn't grow like that, so it's going to look way worse.
So then why would you do it?
And I'm going to wear a jacket and just go around to girls going like, hi, how are you? How did you guys like his voice?
I was all about it.
I did not like how much echo. I don't know if it was the movie theater or not, but the breathing and the echo just felt a little, at least in the castle. And I know castles are supposed to be echoey, but I feel as if Thomas and the Count just didn't have matching voices with the echo. It was I couldn't stop thinking about it. The breathing was too much in the castle for me. It took me out.
I didn't have an echo.
Rest, maybe it was just, I don't know, maybe it was the volume in the theater or where I was.
Maybe.
I saw it in IMAX. I don't know if that does anything.
I saw it in standard.
Brag.
Saw it in these comfy seats. It was great. I actually had a glass of wine. Think I was drinking blood. It was great.
I only had like one day to like fit it in, and I couldn't do the IMAX screenings.
I saw it the day after Christmas, and I had that shit pre-ordered.
Noise. But yeah, it just, to me, listening to it, the breathing was too much in the castle. I don't know if I got used to it later or if it just wasn't as heavy.
Did you hear the explanation for the breathing? Because it's actually pretty cool. Did you guys not hear?
No.
Okay, so he's a vampire. He's dead. He doesn't use his lungs, so when he talks, he has to breathe in.
I did hear
And
that.
it's like the only time he has air. So like he's like, oh shit, I gotta use my like lungs. Hello,
He's
how are
also again rotting, so like
Yeah.
he's gonna sound a little.
The rotting, I was like, I can get the
Yeah.
rotting, the lungs not really working or whatever, but
you? Yeah,
I didn't think that's the only way he got
it was
breath
very
because
jarring.
he didn't have lungs.
One thing I appreciate for all three versions is that whenever you first see him, he has a nice little furry hat. I really like that they kept that on him. Like, good for that. And I love
One
how they're.
thing-
Huh?
Sorry, the one thing about like his like hat and like jacket, cloak,
Mm.
whatever you want to call it, coat, you can't really see the details of it. Have you seen the actual picture?
No,
Go-
I've been waiting
the
for.
details and stuff about it. Oh my god!
Honestly,
I'm
you
looking
want to
at it
know
now.
the most high res thing on Nosferatu I've seen is his penis. Because what's his name?
Nicholas Holt has it.
Skarsgård Nate gave Nicholas Holt the latex penis, and he took a picture. And I'm like,
That's
all the other
amazing.
pictures of him are like camera, like phone footage. I don't
You
have
should
like.
have had the picture and just blurred it because his face. He's just like super happy, like yeah.
No, by
That's
the way,
amazing.
I'm glad you mentioned that. The last few live episodes I've done for like individual movies have all gotten yellow monetization. I got it for the substance, but like Hebrew Hammer and the Friday the 13th fan films, I was like, what? So this one will probably get yellow monetization, which is why people got to put in super chats. Johanna, thank you for reminding people to put in the super chats. And actually, they're coming in. Holy shit. Holy shit. Anyway, I just looked at the number. I'm like, wait a minute. Hold on. Most of them are going to be Pico Jet Black making fun of my hair.
There's
Maybe
one for
maybe
me
it could
and-
be enough to fly Johanna and I out to LA.
Well, not on short notice. But we'll see what happens.
Everyone's trying to get out of there. No one's trying to fly back in. So
I couldn't believe it. I'm like, I finally ordered the tickets, and then I like look at the news and I go, oh no, come on. But it's a month. Anything can happen. So I love how they're filming this where they don't actually show you the Count. Like he's constantly out of focus. It's very uneasy. He's constantly far
Shadowed.
away. Yes.
Mhm.
I love how decrepit the castle is. I think some of the castle they shot in was the one used for the 70s.
Yep, 100%.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So yeah, it's very unsettling. It's what you would expect from the scene though. And he's being creepy. He's asking questions about the girl. He steals his locket, the locket with her
I
hair.
like he takes
Yeah.
it, he smells it,
takes
and then he just like starts walking away, and Thomas is like,
Yeah,
my
my locket."
locket.
Wait, that reminds me. Vladimir Putin did something like this. It was years ago. He met some like football guy and he asked to wear the football ring. And he went, I could kill someone with this ring. And then he walked away and never gave the guy his ring back. This is, I was
That's
in the theater
amazing.
and that's what this reminded me of. He's like, oh, thank you. And he just doesn't give it back. And we probably got yellow monetization for saying his name. Anyway, so yeah, he's being a real dick to Hunter. He's like not nice or anything. He gets him to sign a contract, which is basically your wife belongs to me contract, but he doesn't know.
It's in a different language. It's not. He's like,
Real
just
quick.
sign it.
Real quick, Johanna,
Yeah.
what are these stages he's going through? So the girl's got to call to him and pledge to him. And then he needs her owner to sign over ownership, which I guess would be a father or husband. And then he needs her to re-pledge her loyalty to him. I didn't know what these rules were. I was a little confused by the
It
rules.
needs to be
here.
completely consensual.
I guess. I don't
It's
That's
like
know.
really what it sounds
Technically-
like. Yeah.
and he's like, she
He
is
says
not
she has to
anybody's.
choose to do it.
Yeah, because
Yes.
she's currently
Yes.
Thomas's property,
Yes.
technically.
Yes.
So
And I
he
guess
has to
because
get rid of the,
yeah, and I guess
property.
because she is the one who brought him back into the world,
Mhm.
like I guess he wants her on his side so she isn't his undoing. I guess that's implied. Here's a rule. If you ever find yourself turned into a vampire,
Okay.
put your coffin in a room without windows. I texted you in the theater. I'm like, motherfucker, put his coffin next to a window?
must be nice to be able to just like be able to watch the movie and then pull your phone out, because I had people eating all around me. I'm not even kidding. There was someone behind me. It was definitely candy they were opening, but it sounded like they were frying chicken. And I'm like, this movie is supposed to be like quiet. Shut the fuck up. Sonic 3 was like quieter, and there was children.
Jesus.
I see most movies at like 3 p.m. in the middle of the day during the work week.
Because you
so
don't
I
have
don't
a
really
job or a life. Got it. Yeah.
No, I have a job.
Or-
it's
or
a very real
someone to
job.
or someone to take either, because
That too.
you go
No,
by yourself, 3 p.m.
No, that's the
Sounds
thing. So
right.
I usually don't run into that. I will run into weirdos though. They're still there. Trust me. They're still there.
because
and
they
it's-
also don't have a job. And
Or like what was it, a couple wrap-ups ago when I saw Smile 2. Sometimes I'll watch a movie with the fucking fly in the theater that won't get off the screen or the projector or my
I've
head.
never had that problem, and I'm so happy.
Yeah,
Driving
same.
me nuts. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Yeah, so Dracula just leaves his coffin out in the sunlight. Like, I wouldn't do that. Luckily, Thomas wakes him up as the sun's going down. It was the luckiest thing ever. People are real hype on the sarcophagus. I think it looks cool, but like, I wasn't like blown away by
that
it.
was me
blown
with
away
the-
by it.
Yeah, that was with the popcorn bucket too. Everybody was so hype about the popcorn bucket, and like the top part of the popcorn bucket looks cool, but the bottom part is all flat. There's no detail.
All right,
It's like you did better with the
the
alien
Dune-
popcorn buckets.
look. Popcorn buckets can be cool once in a while, but ever since the Dune one did really well,
They think that they
Con-
can push it all out.
they're
Yep.
trying to make it a thing. The only other one I considered getting was one of the Romulus ones because there's 2 versions. And then
What I got right.
huh?
I got the
It's a
screen.
specimen one.
No.
lights
So there's 2 that are the alien head. The one
Yeah.
has like the alien neck, and the other
Yeah.
one is just the head. But it's actually
You
the
saw
head.
you
for-
saw the other one though, right? That I
yeah,
got.
I saw the other
Okay.
one, the face hugger. Yeah. The only other one I wanted to get was the Coliseum for Gladiator 2, just because I wanted to put the pink Godzilla in it that I have. So it would
Oh,
hold
that would have been really cute. Oh, that's such a good idea.
him. Yeah,
I got the Scream one. I got the Scream popcorn bucket and
that
the
was
cup.
okay.
That's
But
kind of cool.
everyone's-
But the thing is, it got sold out so fast because I think people were going and
They've-
getting them
Yeah,
and then selling them.
they've been doing popcorn buckets. The only other one I really wanted to get too was the bat signal one, just because it lit up.
I've never seen that one.
It was for the anniversary of Batman this year. It was like the 80 or 90th something anniversary.
I knew that. I
Um,
didn't know they did a popcorn bucket for it.
Yeah, but ever since Dune, everyone's trying to make their popcorn bucket like the new one. It's like, look, the Dune
It's not
thing,
gonna happen.
that was it. That was it.
It's
Unless
because it
you
was
had it
memed.
Yeah,
Yeah, it doesn't look like a goddamn sex toy.
yeah.
If you make
I mean,
it look like a
Deadpool
sex
and
toy,
Wolverine
it'll-
had their mouths out. They really tried with that one. But yeah, okay. So at home, what's her face? Ellen is like going crazy, and they get Dr. Severs, played by wrong one. Ralph Ineson, who, by the way, this is like the only image I can find of him in focus. He was like not in the advertisements for this film at all. Yeah, so I really like that actor. He was
He totally has a prosthetic nose, right?
Oh, he has
Maybe.
to.
Because that doesn't look like him. Like it looks like him, but it doesn't look like him.
He was earlier this year. He was in the first Omen, the Omen prequel, which is very, very good until the very, 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 very end. But the rest of it is amazing. What else? He's been in a ton of shit. He's in the
He's in The
original. Huh? He's in The Witch.
Yes.
He is in The Witch. Let me see here.
He's really
gonna
good.
He's gonna be in the new Frankenstein. He's gonna play my favorite Fantastic Four villain, Galactus, in the new.
He's Sid in Final
Fantastic Four.
Fantasy 16.
Mm.
I think it is.
But it's a shame that I will not see the new Fantastic Four. Because Pedro
I
Pascal.
hate Pedro Pascal.
No, Johanna,
Why do
it
you
got
hate him so much?
Johanna, it got worse. It got worse. Lady Silver Surfer. No thanks. Anyway, he's great in this, by the way. I love his voice. So I'm glad they brought him back. Yeah, so he's trying to figure out what's wrong with her. He's like, I don't know, this lady's crazy. Let's look at her eyes. She's probably got brain fever. They're giving her like ether.
You didn't
to,
talk
like-
about Willem.
I'm about to talk about Willem. I'm working up to
He was
it.
in the photo.
He was in the photo because this is the only in focus picture I could find of Ralph Ineson. All the other ones, he looks like Aaron Taylor looks right now. He's out of focus in the background. Meanwhile, Knock, he can't hide his craziness anymore.
He does Ozzy Osbourne.
This is the only scene I had to look away, by the way. I was like, nope.
Yeah, so he's just gone crazy. And I like, so him and Ellen have the psychic connection. And I like how it's making her, like, crazy and him more evil. And he's doing the classic Renfield thing, eating animals. Now, probably one of the best Renfields. Obviously, Johanna, we know who the best Renfield is. And that is my best friend, Anthony from Mummy Cop. He was a great Renfield. Probably the best incarnation of Renfield ever. Do you agree?
Sure.
Thank you. No, the best Renfield is from Dracula Dead and Loving It. That's still my favorite one. Let's see. He gets on the boat. He gets on the not Demeter. By the way, watching the original, he really liked that boat part. A lot of that movie is the boat scene.
It is, yeah.
But yeah, this is a better version than that whole Demeter movie. I love when the captain is down in the ship and he doesn't think it's just
that's so good.
Yeah, you think it's like because they would have like meat or something. You think it's like a cow like corpse, but it's actually just him breathing. Mm-hmm. But this leads me to the thing. This movie's not that gory. I was expecting
until later it is.
But even then, it doesn't go that hard compared to what I thought it. Like horrific things are happening, but it never.
That's
got,
what I like about it, though.
There's nothing. There's nothing horrific that happens. It's not. I feel like it all happens in the last 15, 20 minutes. Not even when the people actually start dying.
The actual crazy
main characters.
Yeah.
That's all of a sudden the gore.
But I'm expecting after seeing Northman and the Witch and stuff, I was expecting crazy violence throughout.
Yeah,
but it's kind of deserved.
No, it's a gothic romance.
Yeah, you don't need it.
Well, it's not a romance. Maybe between her and her husband, not between her.
It's a gothic romance.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah,
that's exactly what this is.
But yeah, also, so all the other Nosferatu versions did the right thing, where he brings multiple boxes of dirt. This Count Orlok is a little overconfident. Hey, how much dirt do you want to bring that you need to sleep into the new part of Europe you're going to? Just one box. It's like, really? You don't want to bring 10 or 30 or 50? You just want one? What if they find out where? Because he's not subtle. He's not secretive. Everyone knows where he lives. I would have brought more than one box. I'm just saying. I kept waiting for a scene where they have him carrying the boxes. I'm like, wait, it was just one? This fucker's gonna die.
Care.
I am sad that we didn't have a scene with him actually carrying his coffin. I was so upset.
That is my favorite thing from the. So it's funny in the original where he's carrying the coffin, but it's even funnier in the 70s because Klaus Kinski was miserable in the makeup, and also he was a horrible person and miserable, and it shows in the character him being tired and having to do everything himself because he doesn't have servants. But yeah, meanwhile, Hutter escapes, and it's the same story from the book where the nuns bring him in and let. Well, usually they let Mina know and she comes out and sees them, but this one he's like, no, I'm gonna take off on horse and I'm gonna go be with my lady. I don't know how the hell he gets there and doesn't die.
I don't know how he jumped out the window.
Yeah, he did a lot of shit, and then all of a sudden he shows up alive. Like how?
So then we meet, his name is changed to Professor Albin Eberhard von Franz. And honestly, this is one of the more accurate Van Helsings in these franchises. He is great in this, Willem Dafoe.
It's Willem Dafoe. What isn't he great in?
He is great.
He is really good.
And of course, we all know him as Green Goblin. So many Marvel characters in this.
He's also in The Lighthouse.
He was. Hark! You like me, Lobster, don't you? I love that. I should watch that again. That movie was really good.
Oh God.
But yeah, so he's into the occult and all this other stuff. They go to him because much like the original story, they're like, we don't know what's up with this crazy lady.
Also, pointing out something for later.
Yeah.
So many cats. He owns so many cats.
He does.
Yes. Well, it's
so
because
many cats.
the heroes
keep all the rats out.
Yes, the heroes have cats, and Orlok brings the rats with the plague. So it's like a counter of them, where they're actually the predators. It's like a whole thing. It's very thematic. But yeah, Orlok shows up in town. He picks a creepy house on top of a hill, and he brings the plague with him, and it's just killing everyone.
In the original, isn't it that his new house is across from Thomas's, right?
Yes,
Like,
in the original,
they're
it was
off-
just across from them. This one, it's just he has a decrepit thing on a hill. But yeah, I like that he brings the plague to spread sickness and stuff. That is from the original, but also I think it's like to cover his tracks, so people aren't like questioning how these people are dying. Like, it's just the plague. By the way, when he like sucks, what's his face, his blood, he sucks it
Thomas?
from his
Oh
chest.
my god.
Yeah, right from the chest. Oh my god, and the way he was
Yes.
Yeah,
like,
it's so gross.
Yeah.
God, I wish that were me.
It like
Um,
just remind me somehow like of the
What? That's the
I
rest.
just heard what Johanna said. Let's just keep going. Never mind. We'll keep going.
So, I forgot to include slides of it, or I couldn't really get it. But they had a thing in the very beginning, and I was like, I know exactly how this is gonna play off. Where what's his name again? Taylor Johnson. The Harding's daughters are afraid of a monster under their bed. And they have to keep telling him there's no monster under the bed. I'm like, you know exactly what's going to happen. And I like that Harding is just like, there's no Draculas. You're just a crazy lady. And I'm mad you're in my house.
Also, did you get some sapphic vibes from Anna and Ellen? Because when they were laying in bed together, I thought they were going to smooch.
I actually did think that too.
I thought they were.
I mean, if you want that, watch the
I don't know
Coppola
if that's
version
what we were
where
just
they
hoping
frolic in the maze
for.
and make out.
I mean that too, but like there's something there. There's something
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
I don't know. No, it would have been degenerate back then. It would have been evil. Then again,
Everything about the women are evil in this. You know, they're crazy.
Oh, in this. Oh,
they're-
sorry. I was gonna say I agree, but you just meant just okay.
But that's the whole thing is like the women in this century, like they can't do anything. They are
No.
not just, she's not being suppressed just by
Mm.
the Count. Like she's also being suppressed by like her society and her
Yeah.
culture that she's in. She can't do anything. She can't get the correct help because they only believe in the science, even though there's no fucking science in that fucking century anyway, really.
That's
It's
all-
like, yeah,
that's
here's
like-
pneumonia. Here, we're just gonna like have you pass out. You'll be
Just
fine.
pass
It's
out.
like what?
That's like, it's every Victorian, any type of like
Exactly.
history thing. That's literally always what it is.
You got too much. Oh, is it this one where he's like, oh, she has too much blood. We gotta
Yes.
get that blood out.
Yes.
Yep.
That's one of my favorite drunk histories when they did William Henry Harris and how like the drunk guy's like, and then the doctors, they didn't know shit. They were like, we got to put more snakes and leeches on you. You got too much blood in you.
It's still so hard to believe that that was a thing. Like, yes, you can believe it, but
People still believe
Jesus.
crazy stuff now. You ever see
Oh,
people
yeah.
do like the funnel with paper and the candle wax to get the earwax out of them? Like, no, that's just
What?
a candle wax. Yeah, that's a thing that people fell for.
People are
It's
dumb.
so stupid.
They put candle wax in their ear.
Hot candle
that
wax,
what
they
you-
drip it in their ear, and then they think that they can just pull it out, and their earwax comes with it. And it's like, no, you're gonna clog your fucking
Oh
ear.
my
you
god!
idiot.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, that could get stuck in your ear, and all of a sudden, no.
And as
Yeah.
someone
Also,
who had,
if you eat Tide Pods too, it actually cleans
Yeah.
your insides.
as someone who had a bunch of ear
what's the
surgeries as like a
horse
young
medicine?
kid and had
There's
a lot of
COVID.
ear pain growing up, when I saw that, I went, "You're all idiots! Don't do that. Do not do that."
People are idiots.
I actually am surprised I don't have more ear-related fears because I've definitely had so much ear pain my whole life.
I had my eardrum burst when I was a child. That's about it.
I used to get swimmer's ear, but that's it. But drum.
I had
Ugh.
tubes brought in. I had so many surgeries and stuff growing up. It was
I
weird.
feel like you've had
You
tubes
had
everywhere.
surgeries?
Yeah.
Like as a child with your ears?
Yeah, they had to go in there. Yeah, a couple times.
What, your ears, your nose.
It has to do with his brain.
I had
that's
the deviated
why.
septum. I forgot about the deviated septum. Yeah,
Jesus.
yeah. that
What
was a
is
whole
wrong with your face, Tony?
thing. I don't know, Crystal. What's wrong with your face? Why don't
Nothing.
you
She's
shut-
beautiful.
Why don't you shut up on your face? All right.
I'm a gabagool your ass.
So
Oh, yeah, I'm
Harding's.
also wearing a Dracula shirt, FYI.
Go
I-
ship.
I've got the Lost Boys.
I have a bat though.
I like the bat. I was looking at that.
Yeah, so Harding's daughters finally die, and I just thought the payoff was because it's all in silhouette, and it's just Dracula going like, blah, blah.
No.
He like tosses them like,
Thunk. I was like,
Yeah.
But yeah, he's basically telling Ellen like, you're gonna submit to me, or I'm just gonna kill everyone around you, and it'll all be your fault. She eventually tells Jonathan like, hey, this is kind of all my fault. I was sad. I was looking for a boyfriend. A Dracula came. It happens.
Oh my god, that scene as she's telling him.
Yeah. Oh
And then
yeah.
as it goes down, literally.
Yes.
Like,
I did like the weird shake that she did where she's going like, I guess like he's possessing her. She's going in and out of consciousness. But yeah, I like that she
God.
has sex with Thomas. It's like I want
you'll never please me as he could.
yeah.
I was like, whoa. Like
Also,
she really needs sex this entire movie. Like she's like but the thing is that I love about this scene is she's just she feels so small in the movie before this, and now all of a sudden she's like, fuck me now. It's great. Like she's just like all of a sudden this stronger person where she's like, well, this is it. Like, ooh, there goes my light.
What
But-
the fuck did you just do?
Also,
My-
Tony, you
my
skipped
light
right
just-
to the kids.
Yeah.
You forgot about the part with Anna Harding, right? Harding? That was the last
Yes.
name, right?
Yes.
On the floor with all the rats.
Oh, right. Yeah, the
Oh,
rats eat her. And he's like devastated. He ends up getting the plague and just like kills himself, basically.
He
Uh,
fucked her corpse.
Yeah, he missed her. He really missed her.
He used her as a baby maker. Did not care about anything about making babies. That's literally the whole thing. If you rewatch this movie, literally, it's not like I love my wife. It's I'm going to keep getting her pregnant, and that's why she's
Yes.
miserable.
Barefoot
These
and
Victorians, man.
barefoot
That's
and
all it
pregnant,
was.
okay? That is the trad way, okay? And I think it worked out
I
for
hope you never breed.
what, I learned that
As
that's
of
what you
right
have
now, it looks like it's going pretty well for that.
look. But you have to be barefoot and pregnant and do your wifely duties. That's what I learned from Steven Crowder, who's actually they divorced. Never mind. Remember that video? Put the
No.
gloves on, clean the dog. No, you can't take the car. No,
I know what
Steven
you're
Crowder.
talking about.
Oh, it's one of those guys that promote trad stuff, and then like they're just assholes. I didn't catch the baby maker thing. It seemed like he really liked her. He just wanted to make babies. They liked making babies back then. That was like their favorite thing to do.
Yeah, because
He
he wanted
was
to carry
really
on
sad.
his legacy and wealth.
Yeah, he did want a boy. He did want a boy. Yeah.
Mhm.
yeah,
Rewatch.
but-
She'll be like, oh, and I'll be
But
like,
he really
yeah.
I will say he was really, really upset when she died.
Yeah.
Like it was his entire life fell apart
Because he
though,
lost
during their
everything.
deaths. Well, yeah, he did.
But yeah, so then they decide they have to kill him. Now they're not sure how exactly to kill him. Well, Thomas has a good idea. He's like, well, I saw a vampire get staked through the heart, so I think that'll work. But what's his face says he's like, well, Nosferatu legends vary region to region. There's different types. I don't know what this one is, but apparently he has a book that's like, what do you have it or?
Ian's coming up to tell you exactly what
Okay.
it is.
Okay, we will wait for Ian to come up and tell us exactly how to kill a Nosferatu.
He knows exactly how.
Is he close by? How long?
Yeah,
have
he's
we been-
coming.
Okay, all right.
I can hear him walking up the steps.
I thought you were gonna be like, oh, he's on his way home from work. I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
we got this.
We're gonna pause the episode.
Let's just
He has
pause.
to do
We're
a
waiting.
5-minute drive. He's coming. He's coming.
Come on, Ian.
He's coming.
He's coming. He's coming. Like,
Two flights of stairs.
Jesus.
Okay, here you go, Ian.
how do you, Ian? How do you kill a vampire?
Wait.
What the fuck?
How do we kill Nosferatu?
Bounce on it. Freaky style. I do that very well for some reason. Okay, goodbye.
Ian, everyone.
You must bounce on it, crazy style.
So now we know what
Wait,
Ian and Johanna did after watching that movie.
Johanna, I don't remember in the movie. Did you somehow get an advanced screening to the 3-hour cut? Is that in the 3-hour cut?
Yes. Willem Dafoe says it line by line.
Nice.
Yeah, so he reads a thing where it's like, if a maiden gets him to
Bounces
drink,
on it crazy style.
gets him to drink her blood before the first cock crows, and every time he said cock, I went, ha! The first cock. Ha! And I was laughing to myself in the theater. Yeah, so that's the plan. They're going to go and try to stake him and burn down his place so he can't escape. Again, this is where having multiple coffins with dirt probably would have came in handy, Orlok. I don't know how you dropped the ball on this. And I love how Willem Dafoe is having fun in this scene, burning all the rats.
Also, how many
like,
rats did they use? Like 7,000 or something like that?
A ton, yes. And I like the fake out. Because usually in the original, Renfield lives, I think most times he lives in Nosferatu. In Dracula, he usually dies. I like where he put Knock Renfield in the coffin to get staked. I love that he staked right away before looking. And then he's like, I guess I'm not going to be a vampire.
I kind of felt bad for him in that moment. I was like, oh,
yeah, it was kind of a
crazy
bummer.
man died.
But yeah, then she's like, all right, I know what I have to do. Because of wokeness, I can't let the men kill him. She calls him, and then we get like, they knew they had to do the shadow thing.
It's
they kind of had to. I love it going over the sea. I love that we see it throughout the house, the shadow going throughout the house. Not as good as the Gary Oldman shadow. That's still my favorite.
Duh. But I also liked her preparation because, like, back in Victorian society, you're supposed to like cover your hair, and the only person who's supposed to see it is your husband, technically. That's why there's always the hat, so it's just like super tied back. And in this, she's undoing her hair, but still puts on her wedding dress.
I just realized you said this while you have a hat on.
I love that.
Crystal, put your hat on, you heathen! Put it on right now. That's how you're gonna get a Dracula. You're gonna get a Dracula up in there.
Oh, that's how I get Dracula? Okay, let's go. Let's go all out.
Yeah.
Like, come here, Dracula, what's up?
No, it's not going to be a sexy Dracula. It's going to be mustachioed corpse Dracula.
Okay, wrong. Next question.
Yeah, so she brings him in there, and she's like, all right, you could totally drink my blood. And in traditional fashion, he has a little too much fun drinking their blood. I don't know why he doesn't just get out there as quick as he can.
He can't resist her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's why, literally, as she's dying, you can hear it in her breathing that she's about to die. She's like, no, more.
Yes.
He should have had a better
right after that,
plan.
boom.
That's exactly what it was.
He really should have had a better plan. He's like, yeah.
He was
didn't
cocky.
think
He's
this
an
through.
incel.
He should have really sat down and planned this. How did he go so long being a Dracula before this? Or is that why he was asleep for so long? Did someone trick him previously? And he went,
It's something. No, it's something with the connection that they have because like she has like whatever abilities that she has, and he's also a mystical thing. So
would a stake through the heart have worked if they had gotten to him?
probably.
Yeah, I do like that he melts on her.
Yes.
And he becomes super dehydrated.
I like how she's like to hold him.
His legs are so skinny. And she dies.
That's what I was
It's a
talking about
tragic
earlier,
ending.
Crystal. Where it's just like, everything else is like built and looks normal, and then you see his legs, and it's like, oh, you skipped leg day.
He definitely skipped it. He does have to show it because he's always wearing all these pants and heavy clothing and stuff.
Yeah.
You would think he'd be a little stronger from carrying the heavy
Oh,
stuff.
Oh, wait, you think he was like that the whole time? No, they showed his legs earlier. I think he just looks like that because he's dead now. Because the sun dehydrated him. He comes out naked in the coffin, and I thought we saw his legs.
I thought he
wrong?
was still. I think you're wrong. I think he was always like skinny like that.
Well, when the 3-hour cut comes out, I hope there's a big
Oh, I'm
close-up
gonna
on
get like a
Justice League.
steel book and everything. Don't worry, I'll be all about it. We can go over it and do a commentary track.
Yeah.
So much penis.
Now, that's the
And
movie.
boobs.
And
That is the movie.
so the ending though, I just
I
almost-
like that his
everyone
body is
hated-
still intact.
Wait,
Yeah.
shush, Tony.
Thank you. I was gonna say, so many people don't like this ending. So many people don't like how it played out. And at first I was like, that's interesting. And then as it set in, I kind of started liking it more and more. And I realized that it was very beautiful towards the end. And then I saw people referencing the ending to paintings called was it Death in the Maiden? And I know there's a
Mm.
couple artists have done with that name, but they all look kind of similar. And I was like, oh wow, that is pretty similar. Like it looks very beautiful. And I think that it really shows that gothic romanticism. Romantic gothic.
Yeah.
Right? Am I saying it right? Okay.
Yeah.
You're saying it right.
I think that just makes it play freaking beautifully with all the flowers and stuff like that that are there. It, I think it depends on what you're going in for, too, and
So-
what you're expecting.
I technically compared this reception of this movie, whatever, with freaking oh my god, the one with Tom Hiddleston and what's her face? Oh my god, what was that other?
Got it right there.
Hold on.
No,
Crimson
there's a-
Peak.
I
Because
thought
a lot of people didn't like Crimson Peak either for how it was, and I'm like, it's a gothic romance. What don't you get?
Yes, exactly.
It's the
There
same
was-
way. It's not like a happy ending, and then there's also the weird stuff. And
I'd
Yeah.
only see. Oh wait.
Type in Egan,
I think I found it.
SC8. There's 3 of them that look very similar. There's that one, and then there's another one by
Hold on.
Edvard Mew.
Well, I found this looks a little closer to what you were talking about. Something like this.
Nope. Literally type in Death and the Maiden painting.
Death in the Mating.
That's on my brain. No, I mean these all definitely kind of look like it, but
Death in the Pain.
Death and the
Maiden.
Maiden painting. And put
Maiden.
Egon. Death and the Maiden.
Egon Schiele.
Type in that one. Yep. Try that one first. That one looks.
Okay. I think we're onto something here. We're gonna find this image.
That looks similar. Yep. So that's one of them.
That one.
Yeah. And then there's
Oh.
another one by Edvard Mew, which I think is also very similar.
Also, when
How
you
do you
guys are done looking for this, I have a conspiracy theory to talk about with the movie too before we end.
Ooh, I want to hear that.
Okay. Well, that's enough of this painting.
Okay.
Okay. Well, no. Share your conspiracy theory, and then we'll talk
Okay.
about what we liked and didn't like in it.
Willem Dafoe's character, right?
Yeah.
Has many cats. This is
Yeah.
before the plague.
Mhm.
Right? He had many cats. What's the first thing he did after Ellen died?
He grabbed the
Took
cat.
her cat.
Mhm.
He's done this before. He just wants to collect all the cats.
I love that one.
Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong.
He's actually the one putting it all together.
Exactly.
He's
Mastermind.
actually-
He's a mastermind.
He's
Yeah.
in hooks. Is that what I say?
And I do like
Oh.
that she says earlier, they're like, is that your cat? And she's like, she has no master. And it's like kind of like that was her at the end being like, nah,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna let this take over me. All right, so we kind of talked about it. What was your main Johanna? I think you liked it more than all of us. What did you really like?
Probably 10 out of 10, like literally exactly what I was looking for in a
There's-
gothic romance. I'm also a monster fucker, so like at the end of the movie, everybody else is like, and I'm like, would.
Don't call
Yes,
Ian a monster.
Is there anything? Is there anything you didn't like in it?
I don't think they did any type of favors to Lily Rose with her wig and that hairline. That's about it.
Okay,
Uh,
I can see
I
that.
don't
I
know.
can see that.
Hold on. Let's bring this up. Hold on. Find a picture of her.
You don't have too many pictures of her in this.
I don't have many
thought
pictures in general.
You don't.
Look, I did all the slides today. I was very tired. All right,
Not shocked.
I did as many as I could.
So many excuses.
I'm trying to
That-
get.
I mean,
Go
that.
back, go back, go
No,
back.
there,
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Look, like
Uh,
it's not like blended well.
I
Just
don't
kind
know.
of sitting.
I don't know. It's fine. Crystal, What was your main takeaway? What did you like and what did you not like so much about this?
I like that it was not exactly a full remake shot by shot. I think they definitely had some of the iconic shots and iconic moments in it that you are expecting, because if you weren't, I feel like you would be very disappointed in.
Yeah.
I especially, of course, obviously with the shadow on the wall, I was actually a big chunk of the movie. I was wondering if they were going to do that, because I think that's so iconic that you have to have that in there somehow.
They
I
didn't
think it's
do it
yeah.
exactly, which I
No,
like.
I didn't want to.
It's another
I
reason
don't want a
like,
one-to-one.
That's
don't
why I
either.
like the Coppola Dracula. I mean, it takes elements from other Draculas, but it was presenting it in a whole new way, and that's what I like
Mhm.
about this version.
Yeah, I think it's a beautifully remastered, reimagined.
Mm.
I would say it's a reimagined sense. I mean, I mean, you're taking a silent film and you're putting this in, remastering this or reimagining it in modern thinking into that timing. I think it was done very well. I think it was absolutely beautiful and stunning. Uh I like the fact that it was Ellen's almost point of view. It was like almost her story instead of Thomas's, which I feel like is very different. I didn't like I said, the mustache kind of threw me off. I didn't hate it. I definitely didn't hate it. I think just having this luxurious mustache and decaying everything else with no other
You don't
hair.
like this, Crystal?
I mean, I like it on you. You also have hair. I think it was almost jarring to see at first because I didn't know what to expect. Also, I didn't see him before. I think if I saw the image of him before I went to go see the film, I also would have a different perspective. Probably wouldn't have been as jarring. And like I said, the breathing in the castle definitely I didn't like. You guys didn't hear that, but that's about it. I really liked it a lot. I would watch it again.
With me, I liked it. I think it was a little long, a little lengthy. I like long movies. I just feel like this one didn't need to be as long as it was. Overall, I dug it, but this is the most like digital backgrounds and stuff I think he's ever used, and some of it looked real wonky. Some of the digital effects looked really, really wonky. Like whenever they had fire in that little channel in the water, it just looked bizarre. I don't know. This is my least favorite of the Robert Eggers films.
Really?
It's a good movie though.
Wow.
If this is your weakest movie, then goddamn, you're on a roll. I thought them setting it at Christmas was a little gimmicky. Because I guess now people are going to be like, Nosferatu was a Christmas movie.
Oh, just like you're annoying with Die Hard? Yeah, okay. Well,
no, I saw,
move over. It's the monster fucker and gays and ladies' turn. Get out of here.
After I made that short, I stopped doing that. Because I did it. Yeah, I don't know. Bill Skarsgård was pretty good. Mostly it was just fine. I don't like it as much as the 70s one. The 71 actually takes more liberties and changes things even more. And I just think it's more atmospheric and has a cooler soundtrack. But overall, this is a good time.
Ooh, I love this soundtrack. I was listening to this
one.
Yeah, I was listening to this before the movie even came out, and I literally could tell, like, listening to the one thing. I think, what was it called? Let me actually get it. But when I was listening to the one track, I was like, oh, well, this is when Ellen dies. Like, and lo and behold, I was correct.
But speaking of the 70s one, do you think this
Daybreak,
one will...
it's called.
Do you think this one will get a sequel where Nosferatu goes to Italy? Like in Nosferatu in Venice, where Klaus Kinski comes back and he said, I don't want to wear that fucking makeup. So he looks like this throughout the whole movie because he refused to wear the makeup. And then he was mean to everyone and the crew didn't show up for like a week. And the movie is technically unfinished. They never got around to filming all of it. I will be reviewing it on Patreon with Lena. Johanna, I think me and you talked. There was another Nosferatu remake that came out last year starring Doug Jones.
Yeah.
Famous monster actor Doug Jones. Let me pull
Speaking of like monster actor with Doug Jones, do you think Bill's going to be like the new one? Because like seems to be going that direction.
That what is?
Bill Skarsgård's going to be like the new like monster actor.
Oh, yeah, 110%.
Like,
he's
on track for it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, how could he not be since he played fuck.
Don't
where's
go
the
back
picture?
to it. Don't go back to it.
Okay.
Ever since he played Crow in Eternals.
You're so annoying. He also played the Crow.
I
Yeah,
know.
he did. Yes.
Which I reviewed with someone we're about to see in a second. Hold on, let me. Where the hell did that thing go? Share this. Share this tab. How do I share the tab?
You're really good at this.
So professional.
This one? Yeah, it's a picture of the Doug Jones one. I think it's streaming for free. Let me see. Nosferatu, Doug Jones 2023. I believe it is. Where the fuck is this thing streaming? All right, well, it's streaming somewhere. We're gonna find it and we're gonna review it, and it's gonna be a good time. Now, guys, let's bring in some of our friends and Patreon supporters. Then we'll go through all these super chats. Get your super chats in, baby. First up, we got the Logan. Logan.
Hey, Logan. That's good.
Nosferatu, The Crow. Which Bill Skarsgård movie do you like more?
Wow.
Okay, I will say Nosferatu beats the cake on this one.
Okay, I was wondering. Yeah, how did you feel about the film?
I liked it. Okay, so I did see it late. I didn't see it till like this last weekend.
Yeah.
I will say the social media has ruined this movie.
The whole movie was uploaded today on cell phone footage on Twitter.
Well, my issue was, I don't know
Twitter.
if y'all saw it, but like TikTok was like, there's either people loved it or they hate it. And then everyone's review, the movie that I watched, I'm like, what fucking movie did y'all watch? Because that's not what y'all are putting on the internet. Because I thought this like movie I thought there was like sex scenes galore all through the movie. And like they don't, but there's there's only one sex scene. And like people stated like the ending scene was grotesque and just gross. I'm like,
No.
is that what y'all think is gross? Because there's a lot worse stuff in cinema than what y'all saw at the end of this movie. So when I saw it, I was like, oh, this movie's good. Like, I like it. I don't know. Like, I'm not a huge Robert Edgar guy because I haven't seen all his films. I just seen this in The Northman. I do like The Northman.
Oh, The Witch is fantastic.
You gotta check it
Yeah,
out.
I'm gonna watch it tomorrow. I just watched The Northman today. I'm like, okay, so tomorrow I'll watch The Witch and then I'll watch Lighthouse.
I agree. Not as sexy as I thought. I brought my Dune popcorn bucket to the screening, expecting it to be sexy.
When you see this as like yes, Tony, go ahead. Keep talking about your Doom bucket. I'm sorry.
And midway through the movie, I screamed, "I can't jerk off to this!" And they said, "Sir, please, you have to leave."
By yourself, though, unfortunately, Tony.
So when an usher came in saying, "Hey, we can hear you in the hallway," the kids are trying to watch Sonic 3 and they're hearing you scream. Can you please shut up?
You're like, shut up. Give me more butter. Give me more butter. I can make this work.
Oh, God. Logan.
Anyway, what were you saying,
But
Crystal?
no, like you see this image so much, and I feel like you think it's way sexual, like more sexual than it comes out to be.
Yeah, I agree.
Just the promo images that are coming out it's very sexy, very like succumb to the darkness. Like
Yeah, they were.
I just feel like it's
They really
Yeah.
were trying to play up the sexual angle, but it's kind of not.
I think it's sexy in like the word and stuff, whatever. Because like he even said, "What I can't be sated without you," and I was like, "Oh damn, boy." Okay.
He's not saying that because he loves her. It's just like a thing. He's like, "No, I technically need you."
Yeah, he needs her.
Yeah, but he doesn't really want her. He's like,
It's a
"No,
fucking
he-
Victorian. God damn it, Tony. You don't get it. You don't get it.
And then there's people talking like, I left the theater. I didn't watch. I only made it through an hour. I'm like, what did you leave the theater for? There's nothing to leave the theater for. Like,
no.
I mean, I will say it was a little on the long side. I mean, this could have been like a hot 145 for me, and I think it would have been like
What
perfect.
is this 3 hours?
I know,
Cut. What are they possibly going to put in it?
Yeah.
Wait, that's a real thing? A 3
Yeah,
hour
Yeah, that's a
cut?
real thing. Yeah, the director.
Actual
saying
sex
it.
scenes.
Hey.
More peen.
How long is the movie already?
Isn't it like almost 2 hours?
It's 2 hours and 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's around 15 minutes.
Yeah,
Too long.
and also he reminded me of the goth kids from South Park a lot too, especially the one with the cane. Put a mustache
he never
on him,
says
he's
per
Nosferatu.
se.
Yes.
Per se.
Mercy.
Was drinking their chamomile or whatever it was.
Clamato juice or
Yeah,
whatever it
Clamato
was.
juice.
God, that was such a great episode. But yeah, so you pretty much thought it was okay overall?
No, I mean it's good. No, I actually liked it. It's very pretty. That's one thing I did like. After watching this, I was like, oh, okay. Like I started getting a feel for his style. I'm like, oh, you really like to set up a shot and just linger on it. And that's like your thing, because it's a lot of that in the Northmen and stuff. So I was like, man, I mean, like I was a little taken back because like I just thought this movie was gonna be a little too artsy fartsy for my liking per se. And it wasn't that. I think I was just judging the book, by the cover, and I think I was just wrong there. I actually really did like it.
Cool.
Yeah, it's not overly artsy or anything. It has absolutely phenomenal. It is definitely artsy.
Yeah, but
It's not
in a
over
good
the
way.
top. It's not gonna. It's not.
He's not sniffing his
overly
own
artsy.
farts and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not going over the mainstream's head. or at
Which is
least it
funny because
shouldn't.
there's a lot of farting in Lighthouse. There's a lot of farting
There's
in
so
Lighthouse.
much farting.
And
in
the
lighthouse.
Northmen too. Yeah. The Northmen
Yeah.
too. With
No,
around
no,
the
no.
fire.
Wait for the lighthouse.
The Lighthouse goes all in on farts. But yeah, I'm glad you like it. If I survive my LA trip, I will come out to you and we'll shoot those episodes we had planned.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, check out Video Villa. What do you got coming up on Video Villa?
Encino Man.
Oh, that's a good one.
Nice.
Yeah.
Or
well,
is it good? I remember really liking it. I don't know if it's technically
it's
good.
still good. Like it's still like when you rewatch it, you find out like Sean Astin's character is like the worst character of the movie. Like he's such like a dick. He's a loser, but he's also a dick.
Yeah.
So it's like you can't really root for him because he's not doing everything for the right purpose. So you're like, oh, you're like the worst character in this movie. Like I don't know why anyone would like you.
We's the Jews.
Yeah.
I
No,
love when
he's in the Jews.
No, he's in the Jews. That's a great movie. That's a great movie. All right, well, it's good seeing you, Logan. Thanks
Yeah,
for
good seeing you.
thanks for sitting in the back room the whole time.
It's fine.
Next up, we got Ren on the shade. Whoa, are we in 3D? Are we
We're in
3D?
3D. Whoa.
Ren on
I'm
I'm
Yeah,
told
you
they're coming out at the screen.
Did
And
you
guess
see
what?
Nosferatu?
Count- Yeah, I saw Count Orlok. Whoa.
What
Yeah,
did you think of the movie?
Yeah, this was one of the few movies I was actually looking forward to this year. There weren't a lot of movies on my radar. Like I saw a few, but this one I was like looking forward to actually, in the sense that, oh, when's Nosferatu coming out? Oh, I'm looking forward to that one. And I was counting down the days and finally got to see it. And overall, I really enjoyed it. I mean, they basically remade the 1922, classic silent movie version and a lot of the familiar Dracula tropes and story beats, but kind of up the creepiness and creepy factor to 11, basically.
Mm.
And overall, I really enjoyed it. I just a few little minor tidbit or complaints, I guess, would be the fact that I would have had more surrealism in it, kind of like the original, where you're not really sure what's fantasy and what's reality, where it feels almost like a nightmarish. Because the movie did that a few times where it was almost like a jump scare dream kind of sequence where
Oh yeah, there's a couple of those.
I'm pretty sure Edgar specifically said he didn't want the film to be he wanted to be a certain way. He didn't want it to go that path. He said
Yeah,
he
'cause,
didn't want it to be what existentialism. Didn't want any kind of that in it. He wanted to go strictly romanticism is what
Yeah.
he was going for. He wanted to go to 2 different classes. But I agree though. I would like to see more
I
of
would
that.
have liked to see some more fantastical stuff, like the funny stop motion from the original, just things moving on their own. I would have liked to have seen a little bit of that.
Jesus.
When he's putting the cards and stacking them, and then the lid
mean,
just
it
goes
is
up on him.
right. Well, that was one of the first, isn't it one of the first silent films that actually does things fast at that point? Or no, not fast. Actually opposite. I think it's one of the first silent films that actually draws out to create like a suspense, I believe.
That I don't
It,
know.
it
I'd have
kind
to
of
look
it kind
into
of does both, where there's long drawn out suspense sequences, and then there's scenes where
Mhm.
he's loading up the coffins, and it's almost like
Oh,
that
there's
fast
that.
stop
that.
motion,
Mm,
like
Yeah.
it's like stop motion, but it's done really fast. And
Yeah.
his carriage, it's moving really fast, but it's just like silly because it's like sped up footage, like
yeah, they drop frames to make it faster.
yeah, or like they filmed it in fast motions,
Mhm.
and it plays back, high speed and whatever, that kind of stuff.
What did you think
But-
of Dracula? What did you like the Count's look? Did you like his look?
Overall, I liked it. Like I didn't mind the mustache and like
Mm.
his huge bulky coat, and then at the end he's just this weird desiccated corpse thing. So it's like how tall and how big and bulky was he? Was that just like the coat at the end? And then like he shrivels up at the end with like he's basically just like a desiccated corpse at the end. But how much more did he shrivel up, or was that kind of his
Yeah.
original form after he's dehydrated at the end? I wasn't quite sure about that, because we never really got a good look at him overall, unlike, this guy where,
Yeah.
they made an action figure out of him. You can see he's coming at you. Whoa.
Although this is the most Orlok I think has ever talked. He's chatty in this. He's a chatty Cathy in this one.
It's very
Yeah, he
chatty.
needed
He
a
likes
asthma
the,
inhaler.
Yeah. Now how does this compare to the Dracula 1992 Fox TV cut? How does it compare to that? Renan was when I did my live watch along of the Fox TV cut, Renan was one of the patrons that was watching with us.
That was a fun one. Yeah.
The TV cut that completely cuts Renfield out of the movie. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
My breakdown for that should be coming out on Wednesday if I get
Okay,
it done
yeah.
in time. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah,
any
look
last
forward
words
to that.
on Nosferatu?
Yeah, like I said, I think it would have been neat if you kind of went from like the real world into kind of this surrealish nightmare world where you're not sure if this is fantasy or reality or kind of nightmarish.
Yeah.
And like even like sort of the German expressionist films of 1920s where the buildings aren't perfectly straight, they're kind of like weird and tilted, like
It's about the curves,
Metropolis
and the angles.
or
Yeah.
Would have been
Go
cool to
Metropolis
see.
with the Golem or whatnot, where like the buildings they're tilted, Cabinet of Dr. Caligari and whatnot. And two, I would have done, again, this is just me, I would have done more with like those iconic shadows where just his claw reaching out. Like, you got to do those shots. Like, even people who've never seen a silent
do it a
movie,
little bit.
they know
They
they
just
know
they
the
don't
shots of his claw reaching out.
create it one to one.
Yeah, or like him coming through that doorway and he
Yeah.
completely fills up the arc like
Ugh.
in his shoulders. Like I would have done just a couple more of those.
That is one that I would have liked to have seen.
Yeah, like those
I
are
would have
such
liked to see him
iconic
do the
shots
doorway.
where,
Yeah.
like I said, even people who've never seen a silent movie in their life, they know those images, like him coming up the stairs and his shadow. Yeah. But yeah, overall, I really enjoyed it. And,
Real quick, are
like-
you cutting out or am I cutting out? Am I cutting out on my?
You kind of sound like a
Can you-
robot sometimes.
I have bad internet connection here sometimes.
Me
I
or
don't know.
Renan?
You, Tony.
Me?
Tony.
Oh shit!
Well, I am wearing 3D glasses, so I might be part
Apparently it's
Android.
me.
I'm not sure.
Oh god, that's not good.
Well, you did say you're a
let
hyena and a
me-
human
you know what it probably
disguise.
is? Hold on. Let me. You know what? I had some of those tabs playing. Were playing videos on accident.
Mm.
So let me close those. That should be good. Okay, that should fix it. All right,
This
Renan,
entire time
thanks
I
for
thought it was
stopping
my
by.
computer.
But yeah, overall, like I said, I really enjoyed it. I like the creepiness. I just would have liked a little more surrealism. But before I go, would any of you
Yeah.
like some Pringles? Whoa.
All right, enjoy your 3D. Oh wait, I can join in. Hold on. And now I'm 3D. These actually hurt to wear. These actually really hurt to wear. So I'm not gonna do that. All right, man. I'll see you later. All right, next up, I think he was in the chat first. Hello, Matt.
That is
Guys.
great.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess you liked Orlok's look.
Incorrect, Tony.
Oh.
No. I was gonna say the whole vibe of that movie was freaking awesome right from the beginning. The journeying through to Orlok's castle, the whole gypsies, and even like the approach of the castle, that beautiful shot approaching the castle on the cliffside. Loved all of that. The time with the gypsies. But when they finally got in there, that big Russian hat was pretty cool. I kind of like that. So, but like you get in there, and then I started kind of catch the glimpse, and it looks like those portraits of Vlad Tepes. I mean, straight up, like a great rendition. Like they did a really good job of bringing that in. But like gradually I started to realize there's just something about this it's just not scary. Like if this had as its crown, like a terrifying creature, I would say for me personally, one of the best Dracula renditions, like period.
I was never scared. I was unsettled
That's
a couple times. I was creeped out, but I was never like scared of him.
I don't think anyone is supposed to be scared, like oh my gosh, it's a monster kind of thing. I mean, I think it's exactly unsettling. It makes it's just that your skin kind of crawls a little bit, kind of fear.
What about Max Schreck? Max Schreck. I mean, he's terrifying. Yeah. Even Willem Dafoe approximating that look at Shadow of the Vampire. That's got to be, to this day, like one of the most terrifying creature designs that I know of.
Yeah.
And it's so simple. And a lot of it has to do with the mystique of that guy. If you guys could correct me, it's like so little is even known about that actor, right? It's like,
yeah, I feel bad for him because he's probably just a weird looking dude. And then someone made a movie about his life. They're like, what if he was a vampire? I'm like, oh, I hope he didn't. Does he still have family? I hope they didn't watch that. Like, what did you say about my dad? He's a Dracula? Like, he played Dracula, but...
No, it's I mean, like if it had been for that, I would say one of the best renditions. The back half for me in the Dracula story, as it's seen on film, often has a bit of a sag. Like it's harder to pull off once he gets to London, or I don't remember what the name of the
it was somewhere in Germany. In this
right,
yeah, it was Germany.
The different one, but like pulling that off, I still haven't seen a movie where that was completely satisfying. It tends to lag a little bit in the back end. But I love the vibe of it. And I guess as a symbolic message to Robert Eggers, I'm just let's get that off. Let's get that off. Let's get terrifying with the creature design. And I would love all around though. It was awesome. Yeah.
What did you like more, Bill Skarsgård? Him as Dracula or him as Crow?
Oh my God.
Well, of the 3 times you've posted that picture, I'm liking it more every time. I'm liking it more every time.
He really was the glue that held that film together.
That masterpiece, right?
All right, Max. Well, thanks for stopping by.
Sure thing.
Good to see you. Thank you for being a patron. You're the best. You're the best. And next, we're gonna bring in the next best. Hello, Valerie.
Valerie.
God damn it.
Hello.
Hello, Valerie.
Hello.
How are you?
Ooh, you're pretty.
I'm good. Thank you. So are you guys.
Nosferatu, what did you think?
I loved it. Yeah. I think the only thing I would change is like make him taller a bit. Just a little bit taller.
How tall was he? I think he was pretty
I
tall.
don't know. I just wanted to see him like a little bit taller and like lankier than like in the original. Like I wanted him to look like that, but I like the new design too.
He's 6'4".
Oh, damn.
6'4" really isn't that
taller.
Yeah, I know. I'm like 5'3", and I met Hassan in Chicago, and he's 6'4", and yeah, it wasn't really. I didn't really.
Well,
it wasn't too much of a height difference.
Maybe you'll enjoy him better as the Crow or Crow. Either one. Either Crow.
I've never seen this. And I never saw the remake of The Crow. I just watched the original.
Here, spoiler. You can just go ahead and skip both. It's all good. Was that it? You liked the movie? You just wish she was taller?
I guess, but like, also, you know, I would bounce on it.
Crazy style.
Yeah.
See? It's a thing, Tony. It's a thing.
Yeah.
We need to fix this country.
You need
guys.
to stop kink shaming people. I think that's what you need to do.
These ladies are
Out of all
trying
people too.
These ladies are trying to sleep with Draculas. I don't know what's going on here.
Hey, listen, at least we're not going like Twilight vampire, okay? We want the real stuff.
If he ain't oozing, I ain't.
If he ain't oozing, you're not oozing.
Ew. If he ain't oozing, I'm not cruising.
Valerie, while you're here, What was
Yes.
better, Nosferatu or fuck? What was the name of the movie we reviewed? On Patreon.
Come
What
on,
was the
Tony.
movie
Oh
we reviewed?
yeah. Well, Nosferatu. Yeah.
Fuck! Why can't I remember the name of the movie?
It was some. I don't remember it either.
Hold on. Me and Valerie on Patreon, we reviewed. It was something summer camp, killer
Oh
summer.
yeah.
God damn it! It's gonna drive me nuts if I don't find out what it is.
She's like, doesn't matter. Nosferatu was better. Doesn't
Yeah.
even
Killer
matter. Tony.
Body
Yeah.
Count.
Oh,
Killer
yeah.
Body Count. We reviewed Killer Body Count. That was our Pride Month episode that we released in October.
You didn't do they them?
Huh?
You didn't
No,
do they
I've already
them?
talked about that, but I
No.
talked about that on a stream with you. I didn't want to revisit that one.
It's so bad.
No, actually, this is better than they/them.
I guess I've
Uh,
never seen it still.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
a
that was
thing.
that was our
Yeah.
Pride episode we put out in October. Thank you for that, Valerie. Thanks for
I'm
recommending.
sorry. I didn't know if it was you who was like planning it all or not.
Her
I
internet
don't
didn't
know.
work the first time we went to shoot it, and then I didn't have time to record it till later. I'm like, all right, I guess our Pride Month episode comes out at the end of October.
It's okay. I got a new mic and new camera for Christmas, so it's all
Good,
good.
I can tell it looks really good. What do you got?
Thank
What do
you.
you got going on sites that shall not be named, but you can suggest and wink and nod?
Well, I have a Nosferatu set on there.
Oh,
Oh,
Kinda.
That's cool.
It's just there's not. It's covered up photos though.
Okay,
So,
okay.
so but like
I am-
still.
I am thinking for my spicy side, I got to do a Venom cosplay. Everyone loved my Venom cosplay, and that's so.
I need to get a black spider suit as well. I want to be Femme Venom.
Well, now you're just copying me, and I will be soon.
I think
and
he copied me first.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I agree.
No, wait,
Yeah.
I did a sexy Dracula years ago. I wore the Gary Oldman mask and a red robe. Everyone's copying off of me. I
my
was the
goodness.
original trailblazer.
I didn't even know you
Yeah.
did that.
No
that's
one
how I
wants to
found out.
remember.
That you don't follow me on there. Wow, way to be unsupportive friends. All three of you. All three of you.
Hey,
unsupportive.
hey! I
Anytime.
once did, thinking
Yeah,
it was
you
a
forgot-
joke.
And you forgot to unsubscribe. For
And
a
to be
year.
honest, I think I might still be subscribed, and I don't know how to unsubscribe or remember my password, how to get back in. Something's happening, and I was like,
Johanna, did you say ooh? Okay. Wow. Oh, wow. Drove through a tunnel there. I can't believe that, you know. Hopefully she'll come back. All right, we're excited. So I'm guessing it's Spicy Site / what's the name?
Valerie Gothic.
All right.
Yeah.
Check that
Nice.
out. All right.
And then I
thanks for
might stream later tonight playing GTA 4. I something happened on stream that I didn't know if I was gonna get banned for, but
I mean,
if
I
you
can't-
know GTA 4 and what happened, it was like showing the activities and stuff, and it showed something.
Oh.
nice.
Yeah.
Oh.
There's like I posted a clip of it,
Oh.
am I currently still on
but yeah,
I'm like scarred now ever
might
since
go,
I
like,
interviewed the director of
that.
Shoot 'em Up and I got kicked off Twitch for 7 days. I have to keep checking to make sure I'm still on Twitch.
Oh,
why'd you
jeez.
get kicked off again?
I showed a picture of not naked Monica Bellucci, and
Ah.
Twitch decided it was too sexy and banned me for 7 days.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Maybe
No,
put her in a
seriously.
hot tub, it would've been
It's all
fine.
right.
Yeah, if she had to be in a hot tub. But yeah, all right. Thanks for stopping by. We have a lot of super chats to get through, so let's do that. We'll see you later, Val.
Oh.
I
hold
know,
on,
way too
hold on,
quick.
hold on. Do it again.
Oh.
All right, bye.
Okay. All righty.
I'm not gonna lie, I have to pee so bad. I cannot.
All right, go pee. We'll save crystal specific ones. Dude Abides, who's a member for 9
Pop her off in the
months.
meantime, so her chair's not just sitting there.
Bill Skarsgård looks better in this or Nosferatu?
Huh?
Uh,
Huh?
That's an early one too. So if he like clarified it later on, I don't know.
What were we talking about earlier with Bill?
This is like an early one we got in like the beginning of the. Hold on, can I even like go? All I don't know if I can even scroll up. Hold on. Well, thank you for that. I'm gonna assume he means this. So I think he looks better in Nosferatu than he did in Eternals.
Oh, so you agree?
Sure. Pico Jet Black for $2. I'm here to support Tony's
Thank you.
surgery. Hashtag Italian love. He's going to leave a bunch more. Lucha Steve didn't Red Letter Media already review this? You son of a bitch.
That's funny. That's
Yes,
funny.
in the Discord yesterday or today, I saw that they did put their review out. I'm like, well, I'm glad I didn't edit it for a week, only for Red Letter to completely kill our video. So yes, they did. Go and check that one out. I might check that one out later on tonight. Pico Jet Black for $2. Panel, will you support Tony's hair plug surgery? PC's extra video for $4.99. Tony, don't listen to Mr. Jet Black. You're a pure stud and incredibly jacked. However, I will contribute to the hair plug plan. Love the show.
Tony, just say on Patreon that's what's the Patreon money is going towards.
It's going toward my hair
Hair
plugs.
plugs?
Yes.
Dude abides for $5. Crystal Quinn is infinitely hotter than Lily Rose Depp.
Yeah,
Thank
duh.
you, Dude Bias, but like you're high.
No.
She's
I'm not,
stunning.
She's gorgeous, but come on, Crystal.
I'm not into
Oh,
it.
fine, I'll just say thank you.
Lenny Laserdisc for $4.99. Hi, Tony and crew. My girlfriend had chocolate before we saw Nosferatu on Christmas. We both liked the movie a lot. Oh, nice.
My key cat's
That's
downstairs.
awesome.
AJ
kissing you?
Wizzle. Huh?
He hugs and
AJ
kisses
Wizzle
me.
for
Yeah.
$4.99. Tony, like Infinity Pool, this movie doesn't understand how penises work. Okay. Ghost Crusaders TV gifted 10 Hack the Movies memberships. Thank you so much. Rich God, gifted memberships. Mint gifted like 50 last time she was
That's
in here.
insane.
I'm like, oh shit, I'm not used to people gifting memberships. So yeah, if you're now a member, enjoy all the bonus stuff we've been putting out. Pico Jet Black for $2. Who's a bigger cheater, Tony or Lance Armstrong?
Tony.
Tony. There's like no question about that though.
Well, what are we
It's Tony.
cheating at exactly? Because
Life.
I never cheated in a bike race.
Girlfriends.
Technically only one. All those girls just thought I was their boyfriend. Anyway. Frankie
Ew.
Dog 2K17 for $2. No joke. You're underrated. Love you, Tony, and all. I'm underrated? I thought I was
Overrated?
No.
I mean, you are overrated.
Thank you.
actually.
Thank you. Pico Jet Black for $2. Is the rumor true that Tony refuses to flush? No,
Yes.
that's not true. I don't think that's a
Yes,
rumor. I think we're making
actually.
up. Pico Jet Black for $2. Johanna, why is Tony unwilling to brush his teeth?
He's
What the-
nasty.
I
He's
brush
so
my
gross.
teeth.
Nasty.
Okay,
Nasty.
I once had to share a hotel room with them, and that bathroom.
What are
Oh
you
my
talking
God.
He
about?
leaves hair
There was a time
everywhere.
where we had to. That's exactly what it was. Hair all over the bathroom.
I'm a hairy
It was
guy.
just nasty. Like the
So's
whole bathroom
Ian.
was
He doesn't have it all over the
nasty.
bathroom.
It was
Oh
one night.
God!
It
Yeah,
was
exactly.
one
How much hair are you shedding for
You
one
know what?
fucking night?
I don't even think their toothbrush was out or anything. Everything else was out. I don't think I remember a toothbrush out.
Ew.
Rob K for $5. Lily Rose Depp was very good, but I would have preferred Anya Taylor-Joy in the role. I don't think it would have worked because back in the day they didn't have the surgery to get rid of your cheeks, and it just wouldn't have been accurate.
Oh my goodness.
Then again, he had Nicole Kidman in the Northman. I'm like, oh wow, they had a lot of plastic surgery in Viking times, apparently.
I also don't think it would have been as like convulty, like with the convulsions and stuff.
Hmm,
We wouldn't have had that as good as we did with Lily.
no.
Oh, I just cracked my
Oh
sternum.
yeah, true. Ooh.
Yeah, I think either would have been fine. But Anya Taylor-Joy, she's doing a shit ton of stuff. She's busy. She was Furiosa. Pico Jet Black for $2. Please review Manos the Hands of Fate and Airbud. I actually would like to talk about Manos the Hands of Fate.
I
Airbud,
wouldn't
not
hate
so much.
Airbud. That would be fun.
E60 Master for $4.99. Whatever Johanna says is the correct opinion.
There's my
Yeah.
kitty. That's Ian.
Carter.
Ian, why did you give him $5?
Keith
It doesn't sound like it
Gardek.
goes to Johanna. or
Keith
us.
Gardek for $20. Tony, in your worst Count Chocula voice, say to one of your hipster cat co-hosts, she has a beautiful bosom. Shadow of the Vampire fans. I don't know what Count Chocula sounds like. I got to pull up a commercial real quick. Hold on. Count Chocula. Let me see what he sounds like. Hold on.
Jesus, Tony.
Okay, it's just normal Dracula.
Ian said he's going to do a chargeback.
Oh,
Yes.
here we go. Ugh, I'll full screen this. Hold on.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, she has a beautiful bosom. I think that was pretty good. I removed myself from the stage, so it's
just me going.
I meant to
That
exit
was
solo
so
way out, but I
good.
hit remove from stage.
That was
That
perfect.
was
That was pretty
amazing.
good and
Perfect.
unplanned.
I
Wait,
thought you did it on purpose.
I did too, because it was so good.
Well, that's why it wasn't on purpose, because it actually was good.
Pico Jet Black for $2. Tony, I support your decision to marry a robot. #love.
At this point, this is all he's gonna get.
I did say I was going to bring the Auto Blow 3000 to Johanna's wedding. I was going to bring that.
And you
You
did it.
did. No,
I
you
should
didn't.
have.
I just
should
had that
have.
depressing picture of you drinking in the background while I'm happy and married in the.
Yes.
I'm so mad I didn't know I could do a speech. I would 100% have done a speech. That's one of
You-
my biggest.
you
This is better than my
complained about
sisters.
We were just sitting there, and all of a sudden, Tony's just like, "Why does everyone else get to give a speech? I want to give a speech
I
here.
didn't
She's
know I
married
could."
because of me. I want to give a speech." He was
That's
so
what the
bitter.
speech
He
would have
made the
been.
entire thing about him. The entire
Of course
dinner.
he did.
I'm
And-
just trying to enjoy my food. Jesus.
Pico
Tony.
Jet Black for $2. Johanna, do you support Tony's heterosexuality?
No. No.
It's a bane of my existence too, so I'm with you on that. Morgan Ledger for $20. Whoa! Hey Tony,
Hey.
loved your Muppets Christmas Carol episode.
Yay.
If you ever do the 1979 Muppets movie, I have a rare copy of the extended cut that was only seen in the UK. Let me know if interested. Rolf's song and Magic Store are longer, huh?
Yes, please.
Are we
I-
wait, are we gonna do the best of the Muppets thing like we said before?
I'm gonna be part of that.
I think
love
we were
the
gonna.
Muppets.
I think we were gonna break it up to like best, just like Muppets movie, not their remakes. We were gonna separate those.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, DM me on one of my platforms, and let me know where I can get that cut because I actually would like
Yeah.
to talk about that original movie.
And I want to watch it.
Same. Muppets are the best.
Oh wait, I already read that one. Hold on.
You said it again.
Anthony
Why not?
Hudak for $2. Orlok to Devil, the mustache stays. It's a conversation Orlok had with the devil, apparently. Josh Boyd for $5. Johnny Depp, as a father, must be very disappointed that he can't watch any of Lily Rose's new projects. Is she naked in like other movies?
Yeah, there's that really horrible show that was on HBO that she did, where it's just boobs everywhere.
Really?
Hmm.
She's a great actress, though.
Pico Jet Black for $5. Tony, one of the most heroic Italians on YouTube, despite the rumors about his face and his, we support your surgery. Hashtag pray for Tony. Hashtag hero. Pico Jet Black, you just, I appreciate the money.
I can hear Ian laughing downstairs.
That's funny.
I appreciate the money, but come on, man.
Wait,
Why
how much
he's-
money does this guy have to just keep sending?
I should like go through my super chats and just calculate it. 'Cause
How much money he sent?
Hey, listen. Like this man, he gives you money, Tony. Tony will do anything for $2.
Anthony Hudak for $5. Some of the city shots remind me of Muppet Christmas Carol. I thought of Muppets Nosferatu, where Bill Skarsgård's Orlok is the only human character.
No, Willem Dafoe should be the only human character. Everybody else is a Muppet.
That'd be pretty good. Kiryu Pilot 379, really like the movie. Never seen the older films, but been meaning to. Which one should I try first? I mean, if you're into old black and white or silent films, try the original. If not, just go to the 70s one.
Watch the original first, and then watch the 70s one.
Yeah, and then
every Dracula thing ever made.
Well, no, because then he's got to watch Nosferatu in Venice.
No.
What's he up to with those Italians down
No.
there? He better not be giving my people any problems. And Pico Jet Black. Orlok looks like Tony without hair and the weight. By the way, I want to thank.
My light fell.
By the way, I want to thank all you sons of bitches. On Christmas Day, I looked at a picture of me in January when I first got serious about working out, and I actually felt really, really good. I'm like, wow, I actually made a lot of improvements, and I look way better. But since I released an episode with my face shaved, everyone thought I got fat again. So
I told you not to shave your fucking face.
All the comments were, "Oh my god, did he get fat again? Why does he look bloated? Why is it?" And meanwhile, I'm looking at a picture where I literally lost a bunch of weight and got in better shape, and I'm reading comments about how I'm fat. I'm like, come on, you ruined this for me. Oh god.
Well, what did you learn, Tony?
Don't shave your fucking face.
Look, I shaved it for the Belushi reviews, but I had to do the Marvel one right after I shot those. So thank you. I literally within 24 hours felt really good and then felt like shit.
It should motivate you more.
It did. Actually, it did, Johanna. I've been going
there you
go.
There
going
you go.
a little bit harder. I'm in a lot of pain. So
Discord fat shame Tony.
Join the Discord. I do like that one guy who was making fun of me in the Biggest Problem Discord. I guess he didn't realize I was in the Discord. And he was like, we should all tweet Tony and tell him he's a fat piece of shit. And I was like, you can just tell me here. But then I said, I only accept fat shaming in my Discord. And then the motherfucker
Oh, is that
actually,
that guy?
Yeah, the motherfucker
Okay.
actually paid and signed up to be in the Discord to call me fat. I'm like, well, fuck, I kind of respect that. You're a man of your word, I guess.
So I was like, oh my god, this guy's being really mean. And then you just left him, and I'm like, okay, I guess it's a thing.
I respect that he paid just to do that.
Sure.
I love that.
Anyway, get your super chats in. We should be ending soon. Johanna, what do you got going on?
Nothing.
That's great. How is it over on Blue Sky?
I love it. There's still people being psychotic and stupid because that's everywhere, but there's no bots. It's wonderful. I get more engagement than I did on Twitter.
I still just have the one Blue Sky post. I'm still trying to figure out how to forward my tweets there. I can't find a good.
There's
plugin.
something I have to look at it too, whatever. But there is a way to do it.
There was an older version, but I guess X updated it, so it doesn't work anymore.
Oh.
So I got to figure out something.
If you guys figure it out, let me know, and maybe I'll make one.
Yeah. Crystal, what are you up to besides being on the beach?
We're by the pool.
Well, I'm probably gonna be by the beach again in a couple days. It's
by the way,
cold here. It's actually freezing here. It's 67 degrees out. Fucking freezing.
Oh, so cold.
By the way, Crystal,
Yes.
I shot 2 episodes with the guy yesterday, and he kept bringing up the need to mention you in Florida and making pot shots of you being in Florida. He was a little guy. And he kept talking about you. He kept making jokes about it. I'm like, all right, buddy, relax.
Kit is.
I didn't say who it was.
Little guy. Oh, I miss Kit. He was so mad when I came up though during Christmas. He was like, "Why did you come see me? Why did you hang out with me?" He was actually really upset.
Aww.
I was like, "Blame Tony." He goes, "No, talk about hanging out with you, not Tony." I'm like, "Oh."
Speaking of, I will be in Florida in April, so
That's right. I know. I want to get my passes to Universal and Disney sooner than later before the prices are going to go up because of the stuff that they're building.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to get that sooner than later.
right.
But yeah, Florida's great.
Sounds good.
Guys, come down. You two. Or
No,
no,
I'm okay.
just Johanna.
No,
Come
I
down
have
earlier.
to. I have to go. Piker Jack Black, $2. Could be worse. You could be Vito's friend, Tony. Well, no, I can't go to Florida. I gotta go hang out with Vito in LA.
True.
I just realized you put "Pray for Tony" underneath.
Yeah.
You did.
By the way, Johanna, after you were very drunk on the Christmas Eve stream, Sarah hopped on the New Year's Eve stream and she was also very drunk. And I'm like, I gotta start drug testing and alcohol testing everyone before they get on these live shows.
Well,
Jesus
look,
Christ.
to be fair, Christmas Eve I just had to deal with my whole family at my house, so
And you thought, you know what would make cheer me up? Let me call into Tony.
yeah, and then I was showing off my Christmas tree and my little Beetleborg
You
ornaments.
showed
that
the
are
same
actually
ornament like
Ian's.
3 times. Like
Beetleborg. They're great, and you tried to insult them.
So what are you
My-
going to stream again, Tony, for us to come on drunk?
I don't know. I do need to get back to playing the they remade the Thing game from 2002. I started it. I need to try to find time this weekend.
Is
to
there a
finish
game that
playing.
all 3 of us can play online and stream?
There's a few things that we could
I
do.
don't know.
I want to do it. Oh, can we play Phasmophobia?
There's that.
I don't know what that is.
Tony, download Phasmophobia.
Phantasmophobia? The games from the early 90s? The FMV games?
Johanna, say it for me.
Phasmophobia.
Thank you.
What's
Yeah,
the
you
other
should
one?
play
It's something company video game.
I don't know. If you want to play the Outlast Trials, I didn't realize it was a fucking multiplayer
Lethal
game.
Company.
I bought the Outlast Trials because I love Outlast 1 and 2,
Yeah.
and I didn't know it was a multiplayer game.
Oh, it is?
I did the first stream, and I'm like, I regret buying this. I should have never bought this. This is terrible. Yeah, I don't know why they thought that was a good idea. Outlast
Like
1 and 2 are
multiplayer.
great, and that one just fucking sucked. Ooh, this game actually does look creepy.
Which one? Phasmophobia?
Phasmophobia, yeah.
Yeah,
There's that
it's
one,
really
and then there's
creepy.
another one called Lethal Company. There's like different with Phasmophobia. There's like different things you can get. Like you can like investigate a ghost, and like it'll kill you, and then you and whoever's left has to like figure out whatever's going on.
Huh.
It's
I gotta try
cool.
It's really, really cool.
Mhm.
And it's actually pretty freaky.
that. Ugh.
I think the 3 of us should play that on stream. I think that'd be fun.
We should. All right,
Pretty
I'm
sure I
tired.
have it.
I'm
Super
very
drunk.
tired. I was gonna go light a fire, but it's too late now, and I'm tired. Thank you all for watching. Please
Okay.
become a. Please, I haven't been able to use my fire
You
pit.
okay, Tony?
I haven't been able to use my fire pit. We had a burn ban, then it rained, and then it snowed.
I do have Phasmophobia already. If you
Sweet.
don't have it, it's $20.
That'd be really fun.
Okay. All right. Like, share, subscribe, join
Whatever.
the Patreon,
Johanna
become a
wanna do it.
channel member.
You missed some super chats, Antonio.
What? Oh God.
Keep bringing it in, guys.
I got you guys.
I'm trying to get out of here, Johanna. What is your skincare routine? Look great.
Oh, I got a cleanser. I have a toner. That whole vitamin C from Japan.
Oh, shit.
Yada yada. Yeah.
Jealous on that one.
Morgan Ledger. Send a copy for $10. Send a copy of the longer Muppets movie via Instagram. Enjoy. P.S. Best of 2024. Nosferatu. Worst of 2024. Unfrosted. That was rough.
What was that?
That was the Jerry Seinfeld Pop-Tart movie. I have not eaten a Pop-Tart since I saw that piece of shit movie. Also, hi, Johanna. I have a full review of it with Adam. We did not care for that movie. It was very, very bad.
In what way?
It's
Every
just
way?
not funny at all. And it has big comedians in it, and it's just so unfunny. But yeah, okay, that's really it from us. I need to sleep now.
He's old. He has a night time.
Oh,
I am old, and I must retire.
Could we just stab a spike through him or something?
Yeah, I think he's a vampire. We should do that.
Yeah.
Stop.
Gross.
All right, everyone. Goodbye.